Hey, 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 welcome back to another RSG stream. This is our D&D stream, the Ebon Chronicles. I'm Ranger J1999, your host and Dungeon Master as we continue on in the lands of Aberrel Terrell. I can't talk all of a sudden, good lord. Just say Torel. It was going to go Torel. For the Forgotten Realms. As we continue on with our journey. I'm glad to have you guys here real quick. If you can, if you like the content that we're seeing, leave comments below, hit the thumb, subscribe. Someone has their mic open in the background. Turn that crap off. But give us a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Check out our Patreon, and we got our ACS campaign. There, I said it. We're done. Let's introduce everybody and what character they're playing. Then we're going to recap, and we're going to start the show. All right, starting from the top, we've got Finn. Who are you playing?
I am Oregon, and I play a gnome bard sorcerer.
Next to him, and I guess the Shadowlands is in and out, is Corinth.
Hello, I'm playing Valron, your elf genasi wizard.
All right. Next to him, or down below Finn, we've got Johnny Mo. Who you playing as?
I'm playing as Rogaris, a level 11 fighter, dwarf.
Very nice. Next to him, of course, we've got Mr. Andrew.
I play Yusuf, the Dwarven Cleric.
Very nice. And below everybody, holding up the Brady Bunch file system here, we've got Grim, who's playing who?
And I'm playing Morngrim, rogue monk.
And the one we're missing right now is Teals. I don't know when he'll be here. He should be here anytime. But he plays Celestra, the wood elf druid. All right, so that's all the characters. There's a couple other NPCs that we play along that I kind of play with. McCarvin, you can see there. Below me, right below me, is the list of all the characters and their stats, things of that nature. And you'll see all the character stats come by here. So you can kind of get a sense of that. Let us recap what happened last time. It's been a few weeks. We haven't been playing because we've been raising money for the American Cancer Society, so we haven't had a chance. But we're through that, so we're going to give you a lot more D&D coming up here in the near future. Excuse me. So I'm going to eat hot sauce before you stream. Our company of brave adventurers had been working on infiltrating and finding out what had been going on with the cult of the dragon. They had followed through a caravan by infiltrating as hired mercenaries, as guards. They had made it all the way through, up through the north with this caravan, through Waterdeep, even further, and had found out that that there was a castle that a lot of this stuff was going to. They made it there through the swamps and decided to investigate. While they were investigating, they got seen. And so basically went on a killing spree as everything there was trying to kill them. We had kobolds and frogmen and all kinds of things happening. They made it through the first floor and then down to the basement, cleared out the basement. I was able to talk to the frog people's leader, made a truce, was able to find a portal to where a lot of this stuff seemed to have been being teleported. Couldn't figure out where it was going, and decided to look for the top part of the castle when they ran into two of the nefarious henchmen known as the Ten. And battle ensued, and an epic battle ensued where multiple times both sides went down, where characters were going down. It was basically a full-on brawl instigated by Rogaris, who decided to basically pick a fight for no reason other than he's a dwarf and he is about stomping face. And so before Orcar would be like, no, it was on like Donkey Kong. Couple of the heroes went down. The villains, deciding that they'd had enough fun, decided to try to teleport out. Oregon stopped one, the leader, and he decided to continue on his killing spree because he was pissed off. And at that time, Valron, a banishment spell was cast, so the villain was sent off, and Valron told everyone.
That's how I stopped him. I stopped him with a ban.
Well, he came back and then you banished him. So because he was
Well, yeah, I counterspelled him, so he never went away.
right, and then you banished him. right? So the heroes fell back. Valron stayed forward to talk to this guy. As soon as he came back, Valron broke his staff of power, and basically an explosion, basically almost destroying the castle and our party happened. But Valron was instantly incinerated. The evil person, and I keep saying evil person, I should probably give their name, that might help. Isha and Condi were the two villains. Isha, by the skin of his teeth, lived and teleported out. The party members immediately scooped up remains of Valron, which wasn't much, and went back to the castle, where they immediately went to the priest of Lyra that the party knew from Arabelle, where their home station is at, and asked for him to come, and immediately found head priest Denton, and that's where we left it off, to where they had the components that they were going to need to perform a resurrection spell for Valron. So that's where we're kind of at right now. So let me bring up Roll20, and let us begin. Let me get some music going. If it will let me. I like a little bit of music in the background. This is kind of me. Valron, let me start with you. Your last fading memory is a bright flash, searing, burning pain, and then nothing. For a moment, it seems like time stops, and then all of a sudden your conscious seems to be flying through the cosmos at speed you can't even imagine. Through flashes here and there, you can't make out anything, as you feel yourself being pulled somewhere. You have no control. You have no idea what is happening to you. It seems to last for infinity and no time at all. You lose all sense of self, time, reality, as you feel yourself being thrown to where you don't know. And just when you think you can't take any more of this, you stop. You're surrounded completely by darkness. Complete darkness. You can't see. You try to speak, you can't hear. There's no noise, there's no nothing. As you look, trying to get any sense of where you're at, all of a sudden, two bright flash of eyes pop in front of you, with stars in the background. And the eyes stare at you, like it's looking inside your soul. And as the eyes continue to look at you, stars seem to form behind the eyes, with 7 being particularly around the eyes. And you can't quite see for sure, but it seems like the eyes are slowly moving toward you. And as they do, a body begins to form out of energy, and it moves closer to you and closer to you until you're in complete starlight. And you see this being of energy cascading. It's like it has human form, but it's all energy. And then as it gets closer, the energy seems to blind you a little bit with the starlight background. It's completely disorienting you, because you look down, you're not standing on anything. Everywhere you look down and around, it's nothing but stars. And this being gets closer. And you start to see another transformation as the energy starts to coalesce into a woman's body. And you see, as the features start to compress, you see long black hair form. And then you start to see the energy shape into a white robe. And then you start seeing colors of blue that have stars in them. And you see, as it gets right next to you, a young woman appear before you. Flip you guys over there. Let me make sure everything's working in roll 20. It is working. Yay, I did a good job. So this woman appears before you. She looks like a human woman. You can see the image there in front of you. And she just stands there looking at you. And you stand there looking back at her. And then she smiles at you. She doesn't see anything, and it seems like time has no meaning here. You guys could be there for 1,000 years. You have no idea, just staring at one another. And then she slowly crosses her hands in front of her, and she looks you up and down. And then you see her kind of go, rubbing her chin, kind of. And then she puts her hands back down. And then she kind of looks around. It's like, this just will not do for what we need to say. And she uses her hand, and you see energy coalesce around her hand. And then all of a sudden, time and space again disappears, and then you guys are on this meadow. Still nighttime, but you're on firm ground. And under the stars. In a world you're not familiar with, you're disoriented after, again, vamping like you just did. And you see you're in the top of this hill overlooking this valley. Very beautiful, very lush. A moon, the stars are shining. And she turns away from you, and she seems to be looking up at the stars. And you can see energy, even though in her clothes, is kind of cascading around her. And then she ponders for a moment, and she turns back around for you. She looks at you and says, "Oh, Valron, what am I going to do with you? I was not expecting to ever see you here. I had other plans for you."
My apologies. I saw a chance to
She puts her hands up.
strike a blow.
She puts her hand up and stops you. It's like, I know what you did. And then she starts walking around you, and you see her eyes, even though they're blue, are glowing with energy. And she's walking around you. And she goes a full circle around you, and then she stands in front of you. At this time, you probably figured out who this is. This is Mistra, the goddess of magic and the weave. Yes, I know why you did what you did. A very noble thing. Which I can appreciate, being that this is my 4th iteration in this body. But she looks at you closely and she's like, but if I'm going to have you be my herald on Torel, do you think maybe next time you can be a little bit less sacrificial and more... She tries to think of the word. Calculating in your actions?
I saw the small chance to strike a blow against evil and took it. I didn't know that I would ever get it again.
Well,
I had people that I cared about that were in the crosshairs, and it was the only way I had control of the situation.
and she looked at you kind of with a smile. Was it the only way? And she thinks she's actually she's playing a game with you now. She's like, what else could you have done? She says, give me 4 reasons, my herald, that you could have... Give me 4 other ways you could have handled that. And she looks at you, and she's not being mean or cruel or anything. She's actually testing your intelligence. Like she's trying to see your problem solving and your critical thinking and your knowledge come forward. You can at least give me one. She kind of shyly smiles at you.
I say I'm still at a loss for words. My action is the only action that I can perceive at this time to protect the others. I guess I could have spoken more
yes.
with my party before I asked them to get behind me and asked them for their approval or help in what I was doing instead of taking over the situation.
Exactly. Are you familiar with my daughters?
Of course.
The 7 sisters?
Yes.
Do you know one sacrificed herself in the same way as you did? Fighting an ancient red dragon?
I do believe I do recall a tale like that.
I swore if that happened again, I was not going to let it happen again. But I see now what you lack is not knowledge. Your magical abilities are second to none. You need guidance. Do you agree?
Yes.
Will you accept what I offer you without hesitation, trusting in what I tell you to do and who to follow?
Without question.
Very well. The other question is, do you want to go back? I can send you back. Do you want to go back?
Well, I would like to continue to be able to protect the people that I was trying to make a difference in. Yes. Does that offer me the right? I am unsure.
Oh, you have every right. But I can't have you dying so easily. So, my herald, you are no more. My keeper of knowledge, you are no more. From this day forward, once you go back, and you will recover, it will take you some time to recover from what is about to happen. You will be my chosen. And I will be sending help to you and your party. Be very clear, Valron. Great evil, whether you guys want to face it or not, your group of adventurers. There is great evil amiss, again, on Torel, that threatens the weave, that threatens the very fabric of reality. You have been chosen to fight this. Do you understand?
I do.
Then, very well. And you see her smile again as she's turning away. Oh, and she turns back around. You see her hands kind of cascade, and your staff that was once broken is reformed. I'll be sending this back to you. Try not to break it again.
Thank you.
Very well. Await my emissaries. They are on their way. And inform your party that help is coming to them. And then she reaches out. She puts her hand, her finger, like her middle finger on the middle of your forehead. And you close your eyes. And then you remember nothing else. Back to the group.
I don't know. I pictured, remember Bruce Almighty, where Morgan Freeman makes him think that he's dead. And he's all clear.
Mm-hmm. That hurt. All right, you guys are back at the keep. The rest of the group. You're beaten, you're bloodied, you're battered. You get Father Denton. Yusith goes and gets him. You have what remains of Corinth, and Father Denton comes without hesitation, and you gather his belongings into a room on a table. You place them there. You bring him the diamond. You get all the components together, and then he puts his hands together and starts chanting the prayer. Yusith, you join along with him to help with the bolster the spell. It goes on for like 30 minutes that this goes on. And then finally you start to see the shape of Valron start coming back. And then it cascades from energy into an actual body. Naked as a jaybird. Valron, all your stuff is gone. It's just naked Valron. That's all there is. And then you see...
Get that man a towel.
You see Father Denton reach out his hand and touch the forehead, and then you see Valron just... Valron, you were suddenly awakened, naked, surrounded by all your friends in this room on a table.
Interesting.
You see Kata come run over and just hug you and just cry.
I go and run to get some clothes.
I look at him and say, dude, that explosion was awesome. And I say, you almost got him.
I kind of stop on my run back and kind of look back and mourn him. He almost died. What? He did die. We have to bring him back. What?
What are you telling me that explosion wasn't awesome?
And then I turn back around and then I run.
McCarvin looks at you and just boop. Gives you a look like, don't say that.
What?
Like, no.
I run to Valron's room and try to find some robes and bring it back.
Corinth, you have no strength. You have no energy. You have 3 points of exhaustion. You cannot cast spells. You cannot do anything for the at least next 3 to 4 days. You're just going to need rest. You can move, but it feels like someone dropped a bus on you and just started beating your ass with the bus. Every time you move, it hurts. It's like you're a newborn child having to learn to walk again and stuff. You can, but like when you first take a step off the table, they're trying to help you. Your legs just go out from underneath you. They have to hold you up.
Catch him.
Yeah,
Garrus will help him.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, we'll help him.
And you go and get him to bed. So you guys get Valron squared away. You guys can get a night of rest and stuff.
Well, before we do that, like after I get him the clothes and everything, and he's back in his bed, I
get him a robe so he can just lay down because he's not really able to fight. He's kind of doing one of these things where his hand's not quite working correctly and stuff. You know,
right? Well, I'm sure Ikeda is still kind of hugging him, so I'm gonna start hugging him too, and just be like, "What? Why did you do that? We could have done other things." And I just like hug him.
What I will do is I will give him my brooch descending. If you need anything, here you go.
One of the servants is there's like, Master Morgan, I will take care of it. And you see Father Denton is there, and he's make sure he's over. He gives him some healing and stuff. And he
no, the brooch ascending, our little self.
Yeah. He's
No, we're leaving it with Valron. We have to go buy another. We have to go have another one.
You're gonna have to go get another one made. Yeah. All your items are gone, Valron, because they were lost in the blast. So, and he brings any items you had on you, You have a clean slate on your character sheet.
All right.
I thought maybe something could survive, but not a blast like that. It was obliterated.
I didn't have anything else. All I had was the staff that I broke.
So that makes it simple.
All right. Anything you guys want to do before you guys get some rest?
Well,
You
I don't
guys
know if
are
he
exhausted.
says anything when I ask him.
Who? Who are you asking?
Valron.
Talk
I hug
to
him and
He's
ask him
there.
why he did that.
I do not believe that the person would have left without violent force that I gave.
We could have left if you thought that was the best action.
I unfortunately will still stand by my action. It may not have been the best one, but that's what I came up with at the time and was the only way to save Kada.
He's being very logical, elvish to you right now.
Oh, I know. This is the regular Valron. I understand. You kind of see me kind of motion like I want to just tap him on the head really quick, but I kind of stop because I know he's weak and just like, next time talk to us. I had no idea what you were doing.
The servant and Father Den, like, he needs his rest.
I know.
Yeah, I'll pat him on the shoulder and say, man, I would have done the exact same thing for you.
McCarvin looks at you, goes, "Oh, really?"
And then
He's like, "Oh, really?"
Thank you.
And then I give him a couple pats and I will leave the room.
I bring Fern and Orchid. I ask for the servants to bring Fern and Orchid and give.
They could bring Orchid. They said Fern is been planted into the garden because he's
I'll
gotten
bring
too big. The tree.
I will talk to Fern first and
You're
let
gonna
him
talk
know.
to Fern.
I'll talk to Fern and let him know.
What do you want, man? I'm sitting here trying to get some nutrients.
I know, but we had something big happen, and I wanted to let you know.
What happened?
I
Valron,
forgot that Fern was urban.
kind of committed suicide in an attempt to kill one of the.
Well, why the frickety frack did he do that?
I don't know. He's a very stubborn elf. But he's back.
Trees are better. We don't do that. We don't do that crap.
I know. That's what I told him. That's why I like you, Fern.
We just grow and collect sunlight and nutrients, bro.
I'm gonna borrow Orchid. I want Orchid to give Valron.
Well, you
company.
should. She won't shut up, man. All she does is just talk and tell me how great I am.
But that's why she's awesome for you.
No, it's annoying.
Orchid, can you not annoy Fern? He likes you, but you have to cool it a little
She's
bit.
just giggling in your mind.
Oh.
See what I mean?
I pat Orchid on the head and just be like, it's okay.
If I could reach her
Fern
and give her a
likes you.
triple mollywop, but I can't.
Fern likes you. You just have to be.
Trying to
Stand
chill, you know what I'm saying, bro?
I whisper to her, like, you have to be more standoffish. That he'll like you more that way.
She whispers back, "You don't know how to treat men. I do."
I'm not gonna argue with you. Then I turn back to Fern. I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna let Orchid hang out with Valron for a little while he recovers.
Good, I get some peace and quiet finally. I'm sick of this crap.
All right.
My roots are getting too big, man. I need some more fertilizer. Where's the servants?
I call over for the servants.
Yeah, they're doing their thing.
Fern needs more fertilizer.
Mm,
I'm sure they look at me funny.
I need
like,
my vitamins and minerals, bro. Make it happen.
You got it.
All right.
And then I take Orchid. I kind of put her. I'm assuming she's planted, but I'm gonna kind of take her out. Put her
No,
in
she's in a
pot.
she's in a pot. Yeah,
She's still in a pot? Okay,
But
so then I
Fern's
will
gotten Fern's twice your size now. He's actually like 6 feet tall now. He's growing quick.
Okay, which is good because then Teals can potentially use that for his tree teleport thing later. So I will take Orchid and have her in Valron's room to keep him company.
Yeah, he's passed out. Valron,
Yeah, I know.
you are exhausted. As soon as everyone leaves, you are completely exhausted and sleep the sleep of the dead.
Rogaris wanted to just sort of talk to Valron before he left his room.
The Father Denton's not letting you because he says he's got to rest. He is like, it's not good. Tomorrow you can talk to him. Is that okay?
All right.
Yeah. Anybody else want to do anything before sleep takes you all?
I'll go talk to my contact here at the fort here and see what the word is. I'm sure there is lots of talk of a
Yeah, you find
big-ass
Juron.
explosion going off in the swamp south of town.
No, it just happened, and news doesn't travel like that. So they have no idea at the fort what's happened or what you guys did.
That's good.
So that they have. If you just out of character, if you were to ask, they'd be like, "Huh? What explosion?"
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna ask, but I thought that there
Well,
might
you find
be
Juron. You brought you
talking about there was loud.
no.
No,
But
it's
yeah,
also half a continent away.
yeah, it's half a continent away. It's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of miles. So they would have had no idea what you're talking about. So that's just out of character. But if you want to ask them how everything is, Leon or Juron, who have taken command
I want
of
to
the
check
forces.
in.
Yeah, you see that they've gotten everything in order. You see the elf lady that coordinating. You can see people. So your keep is set up so that the castle keep itself, the manor, is in the center, right? There's a giant wall and a ginormous circle. There's a barracks there. You can also see that they built a tavern and a way station along with a supply store. And caravans come in and from both sides. Some are going to Arabelle and some are leaving, right? The ones that are leaving may pick up supplies and stuff. The ones that are going in have to check in. If they are requesting, you see that the knights that you guys have will take on jobs, and this is kind of the point where trade comes into. You guys have a warehouse there that is, handling supplies, things that you guys are dealing with trade. And you find Leon and Juron kind of controlling the personnel, and Juron sees like, oh, Wargren, you're back. Been gone a while.
Yeah, it has been a while.
And
Good to see things are going in order.
they are. We have business going as usual. Yeah, it's been good. We've been making the payments and getting the trade going in, and things are going really well. Business is booming. You can see we've built other structures and had other structures built. We've had to hire a blacksmith, all kinds of stuff. We're actually probably going to need more people soon, but that's something we can discuss later on.
Oh, good. Keep up the good work.
Yes, indeed. Did everything go well with you guys?
Well, Valron had an incident. I'll explain later.
Okay.
But yeah, that's why we came back so quickly.
All right. Well, you have been gone for months, so I don't know what quickly means to you. He starts to chuckle, but you've been gone a while. But not to worry, we've got everything in order for you.
Good. I had faith in you, and it's paying off.
Indeed. I don't mean to cut this short, but there's caravans and stuff coming in, and we need to get
I'll
these
let you
last
get
ones
back
out.
to work.
Yeah, so we'll talk later. We'll have a drink. Oh, you can't. Never mind. I'm sorry I said that. He just shakes his head and is like, damn it. Yes, somewhere in the world you hear McCarvin going, that's goddamn right.
What he doesn't know.
What time of day is it?
It's evening time here.
Is our shops closed or is there still time?
There's not time to do any kind of shopping. They're just getting the last of the caravans going.
I'm not looking to necessarily buy anything, but place the order. I wanted to go to the twin outlets and place another. I wanted them to start building another brooch.
You do have your own magical person there that can probably get something for you.
Yeah, but this is something I want to do personally.
All right, so you want to go to the Twin
The
Emporium?
twin outlets, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right, so you go running over there.
Yeah.
You do happen to see when you get there, the door's locked, but there is a light inside. It's still on. It's still glowing.
I knock on the door.
You don't hear anything for about 30 seconds, and then you hear some shuffling around, and then you see a light, a glow, magical light coming towards the door, and you see the lady look out. She's looking, and then she looks down, and then she's like, oh. And you see this look of like, oh no. And you see her eyes kind of close. She opens the door and she's like, we just closed.
Please, I would like to put in a request. Nothing to buy now, but I need to place an order for something. Please.
Roll a persuasion check.
22.
Yeah, she's like, fine. Come in.
Thank you. And I bow and I walk in.
All right. She's like, she brings you in to the main counter, and she sits down, opens her book, and she looks at you, adjusts her glasses, and she says, "All right, Master Oregon, what do you need?"
I need another brooch of sending made.
Oh, one of those.
Yes.
She puts up a finger and she goes running back in the background. You hear stuff crash around. You hear, "Ow, son of a!" And then she comes back out. She's like, "I have a couple left."
Oh, well, that's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Same as last time?
Nope.
Oh, how much now?
Well, how much did you pay last time?
100?
150 because you're coming here late at night.
How about 125?
How about I don't sell it to you at all?
Aw.
150.
Okay.
She smiles. I'm glad we can do business. And she slides it over to you, and she's like,
And I actually give her 100. I give her so it's 150. I'm gonna buy both, so 300, and then I throw in another 25. So I actually give her 325.
She's like, indeed.
I do appreciate you opening the door for me at such a late hour.
Try not to make a habit of it. I do have a life, you know.
I know. We had an incident.
I figured from you buying more of these.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. You just kind of see my head kind of sunk down a little bit, and then it comes back up. Everything's okay now, though.
She's got a raised eyebrow at you, like, mm-hmm. Well, I hope everybody is okay.
Now.
And then
now
she kind of turns and blushes a little bit. Is McCarvin all right?
Yes. He is indeed okay.
She kind of adjusts herself. Could you maybe tell him to stop by sometime?
Sure. Do you have any fancy new monk things that I can tell him? I need to give him a reason. He's a very serious person.
Just tell him yes, tell him I have stuff he can buy.
Okay. By the way, really quick, is this Belle or Bella?
This is the girl. That's Bella, the
Okay.
blonde-haired girl with the glasses.
Aren't they both girls? 'Cause I have Belle and Bella listed as
Belle
the
is the black-haired elven guy, and then there's
oh, okay, got it. So Belle is actually a guy. I'm gonna write that down.
yeah, Belle's a guy. Bella is the sister. They're twins.
Yes, I will let him know, and I give her a little wink.
Very well. Good. She composes herself. Good evening, Master Orgrim.
Good evening, Miss
And
Bella.
she follows you out and locks the door behind you.
Mhm.
All right. Anybody else?
Yeah, Rogaris wants to go check in with Sionia, the Elven ambassador.
Yep.
I want to see if the blink dog arrived.
She's at her desk, and she's actually munching on some snacks and stuff, and drinking some wine, and she you hear her going to her laboratory, we'll call it, her potions and magic room, and she goes, "Oh, Mr. Rogaris, you're back."
Yeah.
It's like, well, this is sudden. I didn't know you guys had arrived. You could tell she has no idea what's going on in the outside world, because you see books everywhere, and she was sitting there just like nom, 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 reading as she's drinking. She's not even looking at the food and stuff as you were coming in. Is there something I can do? Or hi?
Hi. So, remember a couple months ago before we left, the blink dog?
She goes, I have found one. It should be here in a couple weeks.
Oh, okay.
It took a while. They're hard to get, as you can imagine.
Oh, I can
But
imagine.
I did find someone who was selling them. I had to negotiate, but I was able to, for the price you offered, so it'll be here in a couple weeks. They were just born, so it takes a couple weeks for them to grow a little bit to where they can be weaned off the mother, but it should be here soon.
Wonderful.
She's just staring at you like elves do. It gets uncomfortable.
Rogaris is a little nervous with it.
She keeps staring at you.
Is there anything else that needed to be done with the dog, or
Not until I get it here now.
okay? I'll be going then.
Okay. And she just immediately looks down at her book and starts eating again.
And Rogaris just kind of backs out of the room.
Definitely a scholarly bookworm, that one. All right, anybody else?
I'm going to do stuff once I'm back into the castle, but
All right, yeah, you get back to the castle if anybody else is not doing anything.
so I find Morngrim. Where is Morngrim?
I don't know. Where are you, Morgan?
Oh, I think he had to go away for a second.
So Morgan's not there. Morgan's using the bathroom. You knock on the privy. He's like give him
Okay, I then go find McCarvin.
You see McCarvin is sitting outside underneath the stars. He's got his sash off his eyes, and you see him looking up at the stars and smoking his pipe. Out in the field area of the around the wall in the manor and stuff, and he's just sitting there smoking.
So I kind of go over. Hey, McCarvin.
Ah, my little friend, how are you?
I'm good. I wanted to let you know. So I just came back from the Twin Outlets, and so I got another pin for Morngrim, and so I'll give that to him. He was using the bathroom, so I'll give it to him after. I also got an extra one that we can give to Kada now, so that should help us a little bit.
Oh, very good.
But also, Bella at the Twin Outlets wanted me to let you know that she has some stuff that you might be interested in, so she wanted you to stop by.
You just see him not stop looking at the stars, but he kind of looks down a little bit more at the horizon. It's like, unfortunately, I do not think that will happen. And he kind of gets this long look, but he looks just like, matters of the heart must wait, my friend. But I appreciate you telling me.
I know. She's very nice, though. You should at least say hi.
I'll think about it.
Okay.
We have more pressing matters at hand.
Well, we're still kind of waiting for Valron, so.
This is true, but...
It's always good to keep up communications.
You see, like, he's trying to say something, but he doesn't want to say it. So
I have an idea of what he's trying to say. So I'm like, it's always good to keep good relations with our shops. They've been very good to us.
It's not... He smiles at you. He's like, nothing that you need to be concerned with. But I appreciate that.
And I give him a little wink.
Like, no, don't be hitting on me.
Don't worry. I have my ways with the ladies too. It's just
I know.
which reminds me, and I kind of come close and whisper to him, "Am I still allowed to get women from Morngrim? I don't want to violate any trade."
No. No.
Okay.
I need him focused and.
Oh yeah, that definitely distracts him. Okay.
You see him staring up back at the stars. You do know that McCarvin and the stars have a deeper meaning because he is a follower of Salune.
Mm-hmm.
So nighttime is where, for him is like magic hour. The night is where he flourishes, and being a monk of his order and what he does. You don't know anything about his monkish order. You just know
Oh
that
yeah,
he's
I
a
don't know
monk.
anything else.
Yeah, but you do know that at night you see him always staring at the stars. He does rituals at night, so he's kind of he looks really deep in thought, like he's trying to figure things out.
Yep. Once I get all that out, then I'm done, and I kind of walk away.
Okay.
And I go back to see if Morngrim is still in the bathroom.
Nope, Morgan's out of the bathroom and he's got some food in his mouth now.
Sorry about that.
So I'm like, Morgan, I got you another brooch, and I give
Oh,
you.
awesome.
There you go. All right, now to find Kata, and I go and try and find Kata.
You find her in her room and you see that it's more orderly than it has been, but you see because you go there a lot, that under her bed is a big pile of crap, just stuff that she hoards. And you see other stuff that's hoarded, but it's more organized now, and she's just basically going in the room and just organizing stuff.
Okay, so I knock on her door.
She's like, yes?
I kind of open the door and stick my head in. It's Oregon. Can I come in?
Oh, yes, Uncle Oregon.
Okay. And I walk in and I kind of close the door behind me. I'm like, Kata, we need to have a little talk.
Okay. And she sits down and she's looking at you and just those beautiful blue eyes of hers.
Mm-hmm. So I'm like, so you know what happened with Valron.
See her start getting teary-eyed. Mm-hmm.
And I want you to remember something. Did you notice how Valron has
she's doing that thing where she's
the
like,
entire time?
She's doing this thing where she's like, yes.
You have a lot of power. I know you feel it within you, don't you?
Yeah.
It's really important that you try to control it, just like Valron did.
I know
You
you're
have
right,
to be in
Uncle
control
Oregon,
of yourself at all times.
but there's so much about who I am I don't understand.
I know. And we'll help you with that. But it's important that you maintain control. That's what we want to help you with.
Okay.
Okay? Now, you know how important teamwork and everything is, right?
I read about teamwork.
And what did you learn from reading?
We're not very good at it.
Why?
Because we always seem to be doing stuff that we shouldn't be doing.
Oh, yeah, but that has nothing to do with teamwork. We do that as a team. We just make bad decisions, but we do it as a team.
No, teamwork is supposed to be different. I read about it, Uncle Oregon. And she goes and grabs a book like, see, it says here, this is how teamwork's supposed to work. You function as a team and you work as a whole unit. The whole unit is, and she starts reading it off like, this is not what we're doing.
And as she's doing it, I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what we're doing. We just make bad decisions.
She looks at it. It doesn't say anything about bad decisions in here, Uncle Oregon.
Oh, yeah, but that's a whole different thing. That's not teamwork. That's judgment. We have issues with that.
I'm confused.
Don't worry. It's a confusing time for all of us.
That's okay. We all are.
But do you like being a part of our dysfunctional team?
Of course, she just grabs you in a big hug. Make a strength saving throw.
Strength?
Constitution.
Constitution. Okay.
Well, no, unless you're going to resist. Are you going to try to resist?
I
No.
rolled 4.
Yeah, you take 5 points of strength. You just squeeze, and she just starts crying. Don't ever die, Uncle Oregon. I'll be better.
I will do my best not to. But
Yeah, it's hard for you to breathe right now. You're like giving her the tap, like, no, let go.
It's okay. Okay, I'll do my best. I promise. I'll do my best not to die.
She's just bawling.
But I have something for you.
She puts you down. She's like wiping her eye. Okay.
I have something for you that will make you officially part of the team. Are you ready?
She gets all wiping her eyes and gets all yes.
And I hand her over the brooch.
She's like, she just grabs it immediately and she puts it on and she's just beaming,
And this is the brooch that
It's
allows
mine.
us to do teamwork. Yes, that one is yours.
Mine. She said, mine.
And this is what allows us to do teamwork. We talk to each other using this. And now
I know.
you have
I've
one.
seen you guys do it.
And it's about time you had one too.
She's just beaming and smiling. She goes up to the mirror, looking at it and posing with it, and Like she starts going,
But remember-
like she's you do magic with it and stuff. Like she's in the Ebon Shade fight right in the moment. She's like, posing.
But remember one thing. You have to use it responsibly. McCarvin does not like it when he hears messages that aren't important. I've learned the hard way.
Okay.
Yeah, and you know not to mess with McCarvin. He's not happy when he's angry.
Uncle
All of a
McCar-
sudden, you hear
Uncle
over
McCarvin
the
is-
brooch. What'd you guys do with the toilet paper?
She looks around like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
she's
McCarvin doesn't like that.
But she's like, Uncle McCarvin is very, very disciplined, and he's very
Yes,
nice.
he is. Morgrim's gonna get it for that one. Just so you know. Asking for toilet paper over the brooch is not something you'd be very happy.
Yeah, she's confused. Like, don't we have like butlers and stuff for that?
Yeah, that's exactly why Morgrim's probably going to be punished afterwards.
Okay.
See, so you have to use it responsibly, okay?
Okay.
Okay, and then I stick out my hands. I'm like, give me a hug.
She does.
I'm
But this
asking
time she doesn't squeeze you. She's like,
Oh, okay.
oh, that thing. She's like, and then she's like,
Can I attempt to squeeze her?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna try a strength check.
Go for it.
Ooh, got a 20.
Let's see if she can resist. She does.
I
Sorry,
squeeze with all my gnomish
she's
might.
I know she's just sitting there looking at you like, oh, you're so cute. She's just rocking you back and forth. All right. Anything else?
No, and then I let her go back to playing around with her shinies.
No, yeah, she's got shinies and books and all. She's in full horde mode.
Yeah.
All right. Anything
How many
else?
days has passed since the incident at this point?
This is still the same day. It happened. You guys vamped. It's at night.
Okay.
You're all exhausted. You had the fight of your life, and so the characters that went down are really hurting.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure none of my stuff came back. So.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
All right. So let's say you all get a restful sleep. Valron especially. The next day, you guys wake up. You guys have...
I'm gonna really quick, Ranger. I'm gonna roll a d6 to see how many charges on my wand of magic missile come back.
Okay, go for it.
So I get 3 charges back.
Okay, there you go. I mean, basically, your charges will all come back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're in kind of a not in combat for a while yet.
Okay.
After your breakfast, Valron, you're helped down, but you're feeling your strength return a little bit more and more. You come down and you guys are served breakfast. When you get done with breakfast, you were the butler comes into you, Oregon, and leans down and is like, Master Oregon, you have guests in the foyer.
Oh. Well, thank you very much. And I get up and I'll go see who it is.
All right, you walk out, and you see standing there 4 people. 3 of them you know. You see, of course, Amaroon and Arklath.
Mm-hmm.
You also see, and let me switch over, a woman, and I'm flipping it over for you guys, that you've seen before, and you know who this is.
That's the one we met at the little cabin, right?
Uh-huh. This is
Okay.
one of the 7 sisters. This is, I just went blank. Storm Silverhand.
Okay. I was going to try and find her name, but that helps. Okay.
Is there. And then there's an older gentleman you've never seen before.
Okay. So I bow
very
at the same time
tall.
as saying, oh crap.
Yeah. And the older gentleman, fancy robes, has a staff, hair back, salt and peppered, hair pulled back and stuff, and he looks like he's been through something, and so does Amaroon and Arklath. And Amaroon says, well, Mr. Oregon, we meet again.
Yeah. This is when I bow and I'm like, oh crap.
She's like, Hope we're not catching you bad time, but there's much that we need to talk to you and your group about.
There's much we need to talk to you about too. Come on
I
in.
figured. Are we disturbing? Should we go? She's like,
Oh no, you're never disturbing. Come on in.
The butler's like, sir, should we finish breakfast first and then go to the living room?
Yeah, I turn to them. Do you guys want some breakfast?
No.
Well, come join us anyways.
Oh, goody, more guests. And he just walks off and... you just see him
Where did we get an old butler?
You didn't hire him. The Gerard and Laurent did. You know, they were like...
Oh, okay.
He came highly recommended from...
He's done his job. He might complain.
We were
but he's
just
been
gone
doing
that
it.
long.
Yeah, you guys are...
He's that old now.
I completely
Dude
forgot.
is 16 when he started.
yeah.
And I'm like, okay, well, it's very nice to see you again, Amaroon, Arklath, and Storm. But I don't recognize the other fella.
And the other guy is like, I've heard quite a lot about you. I'm Elemenster, my dear boy.
Wait,
Yes, that
wait,
Elemenster.
you're Elminster?
Yes, yes, that one.
Valron talks about you all the time.
I've heard the stories from these two. He looks at Emerin and Arklath, who are just sitting there like, yeah, it's Elemenster, and they seem not impressed that that's Elemenster.
And I bow to him. It's very nice to meet you.
Well, it's good to see you have good manners, young man.
Thank you. And I turn around and it's like, come follow me. Let's go eat.
How many plates do we need, sir?
We'll get 4 more plates, but just something to nibble on, because they're not that hungry.
And these elements are like, I would like some wine if it's possible. I know it's early in the morning, but we've had a very long, arduous path we've been on ourselves.
And
oh,
wine, please.
fine. Wine in the morning. Fantastic. And he just skedaddles off.
I like him.
So, you guys see Oregon come in with, who you know, Amarin and Arklath. You know, you've all met her, Storm, and you don't recognize the older
I immediately,
gentleman.
before that though, as they're coming in,
I
That's
I
Valron.
run up ahead.
recognize the mage.
I go up ahead a little bit, and I kind of put my hands on Valron's shoulder, just because I know he has a habit of bowing, and I don't want him getting up. So I kind of put my hands on his shoulders before Elminster walks in, to try and keep him from trying to stand up.
Out of character, you know, Elminster is one of the most famous characters in Faerun, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
I hope you were talking to Phil. Like, of course I do. I've read all the books, man, and since I was a kid. What are you talking about?
I'm just making sure they know
Wow.
too. You probably have heard about this dude. your
I've
character.
heard of him, but I haven't seen him, so
Yeah.
that's why.
No one's seen him as out of character other than Valron, and he only saw them in a vision that was that he had that he's not shared with you guys.
Right. Yeah, I know
thought
who
we all met
Elminster.
him in that same hut.
Okay, good.
We met Storm.
No, you met Storm, and you also met Mordenkainen,
Oh, okay.
the
okay.
bald
it's a
guy
different
with the goatee.
Yeah, the other old guy.
Yeah, the one that loves
Drank
buttermilk.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I go behind Valron and put my hands on his shoulder so he doesn't get up when they walk in.
So they come around. You guys are all at the table, and Kate is just looking around, and she waves and at Emerald and Arklath, and just that girlish thing, and she's on her 3rd plate of bacon and eggs, man. She is just starving, and she is just going to town, man. You've never seen someone so petite eat so much crap before, and you know she'll probably have 2 more plates of food before she's all said and done. I mean, it's pretty impressive to you, Rogaris, because dwarves eat a lot, so you and her are kind of like going at it, like one of those animes where you're like, "Arr," and you can eat more and stuff.
I stop what I'm doing and I get up and go and shake hands and say, hi, good to see
Before
you
you can
again.
do that, McCarvin just puts his hand on your shoulder like, no, don't do that. And just like, let's play out.
Oh, good manners go.
He's like, trust me.
Okay.
So, they walk in. Orgarn, are you going to introduce everybody?
Yeah. So as they come in, I'll kind of introduce them one by one because I ran up ahead a little bit, and so I'm like, so we have, hey guys, we have guests. Amaroon, Arklath, Storm, and Elminster are here.
At the recognition of the name, Rogaris will just sort of look over at Valron and make eye contact with him.
Yeah, Valron, what happens when you see that Elminster comes walking into the room?
I'm still.
Yeah, you're very weak. You can walk, but it's...
You're very weak, and you feel like the presence of a gnome trying to hold you down.
I'm still just. I mean, I'm just like I'm staring at my plate, basically.
Okay.
Just remembering that.
Don't lie, Valron. A little pea comes out of you. Let's just be real.
No, I'm picturing my star in my mind and staring at the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Is actually what I'm doing. The vision that I saw and kind of trying to scripts it here.
That was not a vision. You know this for a
right,
fact.
yeah.
This was an actual interaction with Mistra. And we're going to get into this in a second. So they take their seats, and Elmister's like, please, don't get up on my behalf. I'm here because it is needed. We have much to discuss. Introductions are fine. You can become more acquainted later on. He looks at you, Valron. Younger man, that was a very brave thing you did.
I had to try and do something when I didn't think there was any option available.
That's why I'm here, but we'll get into that here in a second. I'm sorry we're not there to assist you in what you were facing, but we're a little busy with an archlich that was being a little unruly. So,
Oregon has to hold Valron down when he says when we weren't there.
I got your message.
Like you were angrily trying to get up?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm definitely trying to hold you down here.
I got your message. We would have reacted, but archliches don't usually just let you leave. And this one was one that I thought I had taken care of. My apologies. However, I am quite impressed with this group. That you were able to not only stand on your own against 2 of the 10, but to almost defeat them. He looks over here. The butler comes over with the wine. Your wine, sir. Thank you, good man. Thank you. Will you be needing anything else, sir? He just looks at him like, no, I'm good. Fine. The butler just walks away. He doesn't care that it's Elminster. He just leaves the bottle of wine there with the cup that he poured. He walks out. We've been sent. There's much going on in the world that must be dealt with. There's no right way to say it. Things are in motion that cannot be undone. This cult of the dragon thing being one of them. We still don't know their intentions, but you, through your actions, have stopped them tremendously.
I kind of interrupt a little bit. But maybe we should go into our quarters before we discuss this.
Indeed.
To the war room.
To the Batmobile. So you guys all file out. Cicada, she's just digging it. She's starving for some reason. She's just going into town. And she's just giving you that look like, I'll be there in a second.
Yeah, Rogaris is bringing a platter of bacon with him.
And then when she sees you do that, she's like, oh, I didn't know I could do that. So she grabs her thing and goes with you. She thought she actually had to sit there and eat, and that was the only way she could eat.
As she does that,
tap her with his elbow, be like, our secret.
And she's like, hee hee.
As she does that, I look at her and see, that's teamwork. We're sharing ideas. And I continue walking.
All right, so you guys go to the war room, very secure location and stuff, and then you guys sit around, get comfortable. And Elminster's like, the movement of the 10 and the cult of the dragon are related. I don't know what they are right now. We have... He looks at Storm, if you would care to speak. And she stands, she says, the Harpers are very much involved with finding out what the cult of the dragon's main purpose is. That will be our part in this. I have, from your actions, been able to get more people, harpers, into the Cult of the Dragon. You have done a great service and halted what they were doing with whatever they were doing with this treasure. One thing we have found out is that it's not the entire Cult of the Dragon. This is mainly in this part of Torel, through our spy network of harpers, that the cult, some of them reject Tiamat. Most have not, but they're still, of course, they're still trying to raise dragon liches, so there's that. But that they are trying to do something for her. They've shifted their focus from dragon liches to Tiamat. Ever since the Second Sundering, the new gods coming in that weren't here previously, it's really... We thought we had stopped all this nonsense, but there it is. As for the 10, my sources say they are reeling from some of the things we were doing and some of the things you guys are doing. That being said, the 10 are coming for you guys, and they're coming for us. And as strong as you guys have become, you need to become stronger. And that is why we are here. And Elminster speaks up again. He's like, indeed. So, we've been tasked to get you, ladies and gentlemen, trained. And he says, Valron, my boy, you will stay here and will be trained by Mordenkainen, who is on his way, and myself.
I gauge Valron's reaction when he says myself.
I should slowly nod.
For the rest of you, for your safety and for your training to take you to the next level, what you will need to be to face these new evils. It's been decided that we will be sending you to different places. He looks at you, Oregon. Oregon?
Yes, sir.
Storm will be staying here and helping you maintain this place. She also will be your trainer in the art of being a bard and of sorcery.
And I bow to Storm. Thank you.
She's also a noble of the Cormyr and a lady of the realm, so will not be a problem. She looks at he looks at McCarvin and he gives him a look. Master McCarvin, are you ready to make your journey? And McCarvin shakes his head. He's like, yes, I will myself and my young pupil here, he looks at you, Morgan, will be leaving back to my monastery so I can properly train him. And there is something I must do there. And that's where we would be headed.
Sounds like a plan.
He then looks over at Kada. He's like, young Kada. She's sitting there with like a sausage in her mouth. You, my dear, will be going to Silvery Moon. And she's still eating. What's in Silvery Moon? He kind of chuckles like, you will become the apprentice of the Lady Alastra Silverhand, who will teach you magic and things that you will need to learn. And she's like, will Uncle Oregon come with me? He's being very patient. He's like, no, dear, you're going by yourself. And that causes her to stop eating, and she does a big gulp. But I don't want to go by myself. Look, I understand that. Nonetheless, this is the best teacher you can find. It's a great honor. She looks immediately to everybody. She's looking around like, help! She looks at you, Uncle Oregon. I don't want to go, Uncle Aragon.
I look at her. I'm like, remember, we have to keep control, and we have things to do.
Yeah.
But Blue, I kind of talk to Blue really quick, and he kind of flies over to her. And I'm like, keep Blue. That way you'll always remember me.
Okay.
So she has my little pseudo dragon now.
Yeah. And then he looks at the dwarfs and Celestia. It's like, you three will be going to Gauntlegrim. Rogaris, you and Yusuf will be under the leadership of the dwarfs and the King Brunehammer there. Celestia, he kind of just chuckles. We have a special surprise trainer for you. And Celestia nods. Time is of the essence. We have a window of opportunity from what we can gather, from what we've been able to do. Why we couldn't come to your aid right away. If that Archlich had done what he had planned to do, then things would have been horrifically gone south. And you see he looks a little tired, and you can see Arclath is over there almost falling asleep, and Amaroon is just like nodding like they look like they had a battle of battles with this whatever they fought. But nonetheless, we must make haste. I do not tell you what you will go through will be easy, nor do I tell you that it will not be hard. But it is necessary.
Sir Elminster, I also have something that you might be able to assist us with that may be useful for us.
If it's within my purview.
While we were in the temple, one thing of concern was that the Cult of the Dragon was using the Toad people as part of their win. They were not sure what was going on, but it also looks like the Cult of the Dragon is also taking over areas and to some extent enslaving them.
Yeah, he's nodding his head. He's like, yes, it's what they do. Dragons and the Cult of the Dragon will enslave lesser races to serve them, make deals that they don't keep up with. It's just what they do.
But one thing of interest is that they also created a permanent teleportation circle in this temple.
He looks at
I copied down the design, but it did appear to have some kind of command associated with it, and I'm not sure if this is something you could help us with, as it may get us some additional info on getting access.
Do you have the drawing?
Yes. And I kind of take out my drawing of it.
He looks at it. He's like, definitely. Looks at Amaroon. What do you think? She looks at it. Hands it over to Storm, who looks at it. I will go and ascertain this before she looks at you, Orgon, begin our training.
Okay.
Interesting. And that's all she says. We will look into this, Master Orgon.
Thank you very much.
Time is short, and we must make haste. And if you have any questions, now is the time.
What sort of training is this that we're receiving?
He just smiles. The kind you will need to survive. But for you, I have no idea what the dwarves have in plan for you guys. Aren't you a clan Battlehammer dwarf, if I'm not mistaken?
I am.
He looks at you. Yusuf, I'm not familiar with what clan you're from, but it doesn't matter. You know King Brunehammer accepts all dwarfs from all clans there.
I walk over and pat Rogaris on the shoulder and say, more than likely bashing heads in and drinking lots of ale.
Indeed.
That's just breakfast.
How soon are we going to be departing for our training?
Today.
I'm asking Elminster.
Yeah, he says today.
Okay.
Well, the sooner we leave, the sooner we will be prepared.
Rogaris just needs to go and pick up one or two things because all of his non-magical stuff got eaten by an ooze. So he's kind of trying to stuff all the stuff into his pockets.
All right. Anything else you want to ask him before we start making claims of motion?
No, I'm good.
All right.
I'm still under the impression that it's difficult for me to move and speak, so that's why I'm not necessarily saying or doing much yet.
Yeah, you're still very weak, Valron. You can speak and you can move. It's just very labored because you're still, getting your bearings. It's like after you've had surgery, it just takes you a while you can move, but it's a very slow process kind of thing.
Yeah.
So if you want to say anything, you can, but
Okay.
it's up to you. All right. So, Mr. Clackerson, I have things I have to attend to. I will be back. Mordenkainen, you see him roll his eyes. We'll be here. He looks at Storm and is like, he'll be along soon. He has this look like, I don't trust Mordenkainen kind of look, but he's like her nonetheless. And he says, you guys will leave within the day for your respected areas. Amaroon and Arkleth, once they get some rest, will be helping those that need to travel. With that, my friends, I will see you soon enough. And then he walks out. Storm's like, I have to go check this thing out. If there's anything left at the castle. She looks at you, Valron, with a smirk. She just shakes her head. Like, I'll be back within the day. And then you see her kind of go off. She just leaves. And then you see Arkleth over there starting to snore. And then Amaranth looks at him, gives him the elbow. He's like, well, I'm awake! He's like, those eyes like blinking and stuff. Yes, let's kill things. What's going on?
Oh, no more goat soup.
Oh. He looks around. Oh, yeah. All right. He's like, grab your stuff that you will need. I will be taking the two dwarves and Celestia. Amaroon will be taking McCarvin and Morgren. And then I'll be back to take Amaroon. Kata. Any questions? Good. Go get what you need and get prepared. And now I'm going to go take a nap.
I tell the butler, please prepare a room for...
Oh, we're having guests. Fantastic. How many will be staying?
I look around. I think it's just one.
Are you sure? It looked like more than one, sir.
They're getting ready to leave, but Mr. Elminster needs a nap.
No, Arkleth needs a nap. Almas already left. It's Arkleth who said he needed a nap.
Oh, okay. Then Arkleth. Sorry, Arkleth.
Will they be staying permanently, sir? How many people will be staying at the manor?
No, just for one night. Actually, prepare 2 rooms, please. One for Arkleth and one for Storm.
Technically, they own this manor.
It's under
They
rent
own
to
the
you guys.
land,
Arkleth
but
owns
Yeah,
the land.
exactly. I was going to say
know.
that. Yeah, they built most of this for us.
Yeah.
All right, so now we're up to 2 rooms, sir. Is there sure that's all we will need is 2 rooms?
I look at Amaroon. Do you want a room too?
It's like, no, I'll be with Arkleth.
Okay, we're good.
All right, 2 rooms. And Amaranth steps up and she goes, well, Mordecai will need a room as well. And he just gives you the look like, oh, really?
Well, Storm and I should be leaving by that time, right?
No, she says, she told you guys were staying there to run the place. And she was going to train you
right.
here. Along with
Rogaris
we'll need
just
the
kind
other
of looks
room
at the
later.
butler and says, prepare all the rooms.
Yeah.
We'll
need another room prepared later for Mordenkainen, but he's not here yet.
Amaranth's like, no, he'll be here today.
Okay, later today, make sure you have another room ready.
Can we find out who's staying and going, sir?
Let's prepare 4 rooms, just in case.
Are we sure this time?
We'll go with 4.
He just look at you. So 4 rooms.
Yes, please.
No more.
Not right now, no.
Very good, sir. If the number changes, would you mind telling me?
Of course, sir.
I doubt it very much. And then he walks off.
I like it.
All right. We are going to start off with. I've got an order for this. So some of you guys, I'm going to go into story arcs for specific characters, right? So you guys will have some time down as I go through each of these. So just be prepared for stints where you won't be saying much, okay? Bear with me. So the first person that Amarin looks at is you, Morgan, and McCarvin. And she's like, grab your things, say your goodbyes. McCarvin's like, I'm not ready to go.
I got one thing to do. I run outside real quick to Geron and say, good job on hiring the butler. He's awesome. Then I run back inside and say, okay, I'm ready to go.
He's like, but he didn't even give him a chance to speak. He just is, okay. What the hell was that? And Leron's like, I don't know. Morgan. All right. Anything you want to do before you take off? We're going to start with your story first.
I think I got everything in order. Let's see here. Yeah. I'm ready to rock and roll.
All right. You and McCar, you want to say goodbye to anybody or anything, or?
Yeah, Valorant says goodbye to Morgan. Stay safe, Morgan.
You get feeling better.
I believe I will.
Take care of yourself. See you guys later.
All right. And see, McCarvin has got his stuff, and he's got his dash over his eyes, and he looks a little bit withdrawn to you, Morgan. But he's like, all right, let us be on our way. And she's like, all right. And you see her open up a portal, and you guys go through the portal, and you see her give you a quick nod, and she goes back in, and it closes. When you land, you are outside what looks like a monastery up in the mountains. You don't know where, Morgan. You're kind of disoriented. And
Oh, wow.
you and McCarvin are by yourself. The air is still here, but a little cold, but not too cold because it is summertime, right? You see two
Reminds me of home.
doors in front of you, and McCarvin looks at you. He's like, "All right, this is where I trained. This is where you will train. One rule."
Okay, I'll behave myself.
Or you better behave yourself. The masters in here will take no gump and could kill you with a single strike. Keep your head down, do what you're told, and you will learn much.
Yes, master.
Very good. Are you sure about wanting to learn the ways of the monk? It is a
Yes.
very difficult life ahead. Because once we go
I'll
through
try
these
my best to be
doors-
up to the challenge.
All right. You open these doors, and it looks kind of small when you're looking on the outside. You can see the picture there. It looks like that's the size of it, but as soon as you open the doors, it goes dark, right? Like as soon as you guys, there's like a little hallway there, and the doors close behind you, and you guys are in complete darkness. And then you hear McCarvin say something, and you see flashes of movement with his hands, and he like puts his hands up in front of him, and then runes start to glow. And then another doorway opens, and when you open these doors, it opens up into a huge, open, round, kind of like fight area. And in it, you see 6 doorways. And atop you see stands, but in each stand there is a seat above the door. And then you see at the very top, to the very north, is a stair leading up to a seat with nothing else around it but just a steed, all carved into the stone. You walk in, McCarvin leading the way, you behind him. McCarvin comes in with a staff and bangs it 3 times. Bam! 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 And you wait. And you wait. And you wait. And then you wait some more. Until you see a couple of the doors, one on the right, 2 on the left, open up, and you see 3 people come out. The first one is a female elf, dressed in brown, kind of, martial arts pants, a golden yellow top with a red sash around her. Her hair's very short and blonde, very elvish, tan skin. You get it by the sense of her that she's a high elf, ripped to shreds. Like there's not a single ounce of fat on her whatsoever. You then look at the next person, comes in with a green outfit on with a red sash, half orc woman with her hair tied up in a bun ponytail style. She doesn't have the pronounced teeth that most half orcs do or orcs do with those those jagged teeth. Earrings up and down her right and left ears, both her nostrils piercing on her right eyebrow. Again, as the other one was just shredded muscle, this one is she is shredded, but she's built like a bodybuilder.
Yeah, or orc stature. They're big ladies.
She's a very a second, my laptop's being stupid. The next one is a half elf that comes in. He's got a small goatee, a mustache over his face. His hair is very nice. He comes in with a white outfit with a red sash and just very put together, slim and muscular like the other ones. And you see all 3 of them walk towards you, and the elf woman goes, "Master McCarvin, well. Who would have ever thought we'd see you here again?" He's like, "Well, I had a promise to keep. I had to come back someday." And she looks at him all seriously. She's like, "You intend to go through with it?" And you see him kind of visibly exhale. He's like, "I have no choice." All 3 of them just immediately just bow to each other on that. Once the bowing's done, she comes up and just kind of slugs him in the arms, like, "Bastard, you've been gone 20 years. Well, he's like, "Oh, I was busy. I had to go do it. I've been, They start having a conversation, right? No one's acknowledged you at all, Morgan. At all. No one said anything to you or anything.
That is okay. I'll be silent for now.
Until finally the man he's like, well, what do we have here behind us? And he's like rubbing his goatee, and he's like, "Oh, this is my student who I have brought here for training. Morgan, let me introduce you to this devil of a man, Master Grinet. The lovely half-orc you'll see in front of you is Master Zeth Greenrage. And to our left, Master... I had her name here, hold on. Kiasha." And they just look at you.
I bow and say it's a pleasure to meet you.
And the guy's like, "Whatever possessed you to go with Master McCarvin?"
I was hoping he'd teach me to become a better person and not get my butt kicked.
"Oh, you picked the wrong person for that." They all start laughing. McCarvin's like, "Shut up." Just then you see the doors under there's the imagine a seat made of stone with stairs. There's a wall and there's 2 doors there. They open up. And you see a small little gnome with a cane. Hair long on each side. He's bald up top, but hair on the side. Big white beard with a cane come walking slowly towards you as the doors open. You immediately
Out
see
of character. Master Yoda, is that you?
it's not Master Yoda.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Looks nothing like Master Yoda. But you see him just walking slowly towards you. The other four immediately get on their knees and bow.
I will follow suit, even though I don't know the dude.
And he's like, hey, rise, my friends, rise, rise. They all stand up. And he comes up to McCarvin. He's like, Master McCarvin, you have returned to us. He's like, I have indeed, Master Sinver. And he bows. And what, pray tell, brings you here? You're already a master. Nothing more we can teach you here, unless you are... He pauses, and McCarvin... Nothing's said, but the unspoken word is that McCarvin's here for something more. You mean to become one with the item. He says, I do indeed, master.
I raise an eyebrow. I don't say anything, but I raise an eyebrow.
Indeed. Very well. Who is this behind you? And McCarvin turns around and is like, this is my students who I have accepted and brought here for training. Morgan. And he comes crawling over to you. Make a perception check.
This is gonna go so well.
No, looks less like an old man with a cane, not an old gnomish man. He comes up to you and he's like, you can quit bowing, my friend.
Okay.
He puts his hands on both his cane. He's like, so why have you come with Master McCarvin here?
For training.
For what end? What do you seek?
To become better at what I do and to become a better person in general.
Ah. Interesting words. And how do you think we can help you with that? He's now kind of walking around you. Do you have an answer for me? Oh, you're muted, bud. I think.
I'm trying to think what to say here.
Let me ask this another way.
You may answers to I seek to find
knowledge.
myself. How's that?
You're kind of cutting in and out, Grim. You're going roboto on me, homie.
Yep. Sorry about that. Trying in the stream.
Give me a test.
Is that better?
Yeah, there we go. He's like, so you've come here for knowledge.
Knowledge about myself, mainly.
A noble path. Here of the Brotherhood. Our martial arts are taught for knowledge and defense. It does me proud to hear you say you want knowledge. You will gain much here, and you will learn the secrets that we hold. But be warned. Once you leave this room, there are certain stipulations. Are you ready to accept these?
Yes.
Think about it. Are you sure?
I am.
Very well. 1. The training and knowledge you gain here must never be used for offensive purposes. By that I mean you cannot attack for no reason. We teach knowledge and self-defense. Do you understand?
I understand.
2. You must not worship any evil gods at this sanctuary. Nor shall you be allowed to follow any once you leave. To do so is instant death from the entire order.
Under
3rd and lastly, you must never teach what you learn here without permission until you are a master of your own.
I understand.
We will see. Very well. I accept him as a student here. Master McCarvin, he is ours. You must do what you must. You see McCarvin bow, and he goes through a door. And one thing you notice too, you can notice this, is that each door has a symbol of a different kind of style. And you see one that McCarvin kind of goes to that you get a sense represents shadow, right? And he goes through that door, and he's gone. And he looks at you, he's like, so, my young student, which path of the monk ways do you wish to learn? You must be very careful about this. Have you thought of which path you wish to choose? There are many paths in front of you. Would you like me to tell you them?
Well, I would prefer to follow the path that my teacher followed.
His is the way of shadow, but we have ways to teach you of the elements, the way of the long death, the open hand, the sun soul, the kinsai. Are you sure of this?
I'm sorry, I'm giggling because out of character. I'm giggling out of character because of the monk video, the Kamehameha Dragon Ball.
Oh, I don't know anything. I'm not doing it.
Sorry. Back in character.
And so,
I would to learn the way of shadow.
all right. He says, very well. Your path has been chosen. But you can always change your mind. Now, we will get you organized and set up. Tomorrow you begin your journey with us. And then he claps his hands, and then a young student, female elf, looks really young. Her hair's in a tight braid that goes in front of her, is in just white outfit, comes forward, and she puts one knee down in front of her. Yes, master. Take the young man to get situated and show him around. She doesn't look up. She's like, yes, master. Very well. I look forward to seeing what you are capable of, young Morgan. And then he just turns away and walks. And the other masters walk with him.
Okay, I'll follow the girl.
And that's the scene for you.
That was cool.
All right. Andrew. I'm sorry. Yuseth, Rogaris, and Celestia, who was not here. Anything you guys want to do before you leave?
Yeah, I'm just gonna real quick run and I want to just a burglar's pack only costs 5 gold. I want to pick up one of them.
If it barely costs, yeah, because it's a burglar's pack, it's a little bit more pricey. But yeah, you pick up one of those, easy enough.
Okay. That gives me a backpack again.
I think I'm good on everything for the moment.
Okay.
And just a small steel mirror.
Okay. Anything else?
Nah, nothing for right now. Eventually I'll want to look for a better shield, but...
Okay.
How much is the steel mirror? Like 1 gold?
Yeah, it's nothing.
Okay, cool. I'm all set.
I saw what you wrote in chat, John. You're gonna wait. Now I'm gonna make you wait longer.
No.
So, you grab everything you need. Til's not here, so I'm just gonna assume Celestia grabs what she needs, and then Argleth opens the portal, takes you, steps you through, salutes you, and leaves. You guys find yourself next to a giant mountain range with a huge opening, very dwarven in design, but it's far away. You're in a wooded area, kind of an open glade, and there's a nice cottage house there, and very scenic, very rusty. There's beautiful gardens, flowers and plants and things of that nature. And you see in the house, as soon as you guys, you're disoriented for a second, and then you guys come out, and then you see the door open, and two dwarfs come bumbling out. Looks like they're arguing with one another. So they come out the door and they're arguing with each other. They have not noticed you guys' presence yet, and they're starting to yell and scream at one another. It looks like one is yelling more than the other.
Whoa, friend, what seems to be the problem?
Oh, you have to walk over there. You just see these guys from a distance.
Oh, okay. We're a ways away, right? Alright. Yeah, I'll go start heading walking in that direction and see what's going on.
All right. You guys go over there, and you see that it's two in the picture that I'm placing, two brothers, and the one's like, "Oh, you damn fool! You can't be making that kind of crap in the morning." And the other one's like, "Ooh, mean." And they're just kind of going back and forth. Then they notice you. And he's like, "Oh, who are you?"
I am Yusuf.
"I can see you're Yusuf." "Ah, Rogeres, I think I know who you are. Clan Battlehammer, if I'm not mistaken." And what clan do you be from, Yusuf?"
Brawn Anvil.
"Good indeed." He looks at the guy. One is, he's got, his beard is in braids in front of him, and brown and tan and armor and stuff, and he's got an axe on his back that looks like it's kind of a tree form, and his helmet's got horns on it, as you can see. The other one's got green hair. He's just wearing simple white robes, and the hair goes all the way down, and from his mustache, it's pulled back and tied in the back of his head. And the one dwarf's like, "Well, it's kind to meet you. I'm Ivan, and this is me brother, Pikel." "Ooh." That's all Pikel says. "Me brother." And then he grabs his brother. "Ah, right, me brother."
What clan are you brothers from?
He looks at you. Give me a second. My thing just went crazy on me. I'll tell you in a second here if it'll let me. They are part of the Battlehammer clan as it stands right now. It's like, "We're part of the Battlehammer, the Brunehammer clan. We live here and work here in Gontul Grin. But we're here to supposedly train you guys. Our king wants to see you." And then, except for you pointed off. "You're really here with me brother." "Ooh, me brother. Hee hee." And he starts dancing. And he's like, "The druid would be with the druid." "Ooh, do it." And all you see is Pikel grab Celestia, who's looking at you guys like, "What in the hell is this?" And like, "Hee hee hee, oi," and just taking her around the house. That's all you see. And then Ivan looks at you guys. "All right, as soon as you're here, the king wants to see you. Do you have anything pressing you need to do?"
Nothing.
"Well, welcome to Gunter Grin." And then he starts leading you toward the doors. You can see on the outside here that there's a Nomus population. There's different races here. it looks like the outside of this of Guantelgrim is very much newly built, and there's trade happening here. Looks like there's caravans coming from outside and inside to this area of outside Guantelgrim. Very much designed that way. You guys head to the main doors, and you are met by the guards. Ivan immediately states their purpose. You guys are led in, and when you walk in through the doors, you see this open expanse, which I'm showing you. It is full dwarven everything. But you notice that there's gnomes in here as well, in the front part of Guantelgrim. And as you walk in, there's another set of giant doors that are open, but could look like if they were closed. I mean, these doors are massive. There's 2 statues of dwarves on either side of it that are kind of like the door hangs on, and you see that this giant hole in this cave has been carved out. You guys go through the doors. You're escorted through the doors, and I'll give you a map here where you guys are headed. So you guys right now are here, and you guys are escorted through. You reach various checkpoints that you go through. The guards they know who Ivan is. You have no problem there. As you're going, he says, "All right, this is the Vault of the Kings. Make sure you show your proper respects to the great leaders of our clans from days gone by." And you guys go through, and you see that these giant pillars and outlines of all these famous dwarven kings are laid out in front of you on either side as you guys go through. And as you guys make your way through, you see that there are dwarven guards in just mithril armor just standing there guarding, right? Torchlights and there's globes and torchlights, but on either side you can see statues and a cacophony of different features of dwarves that have run Guantelgrim and from other clans and stuff. And so you guys move forward and you see just the sheer architecture and things of that nature. You've never seen this, Rogarius, because when you were with Clan Battlehammer before with Brunauer, you had been with him in Mithril Hall, which is his own great dwarven site. But this puts you in awe. And it does the same thing to you, Yuseth. I think Yuseth's phone died.
I'm back.
Oh, you're back? Okay. You get a sense of feeling of, out of any place on Torel right now, this, like for you, Yuseth, you get a holy feeling. Like you can feel the dwarven gods here, like judging you and Rogarius as you're walking through. And there are statues that you can see just of the dwarven gods looking at you as they're carved into the stone as you guys make your way through this hall. When you get to the door, the guards wait, they stop you, and they open the door, and you guys head into the next area, and I'll ping it on the map for you here. Give me a second. The Moradin's throne room, and you can see that there's a big, giant opening in there, and you see the throne, and you guys have heard of this throne. But when you come in, you see Brunhor and a woman with reddish hair and robes arguing with one another. "Ach, you deaf girl! I told you not to be turning on the furnaces when I did." She's like, "Oh, father, shut up. I'll do it about a damn please." And they're cussing at each other, going at it. And then you guys enter, and then Brunhauer stops. "Ugh, who the hell are you?" And then Ivan's like, "My king, these are the 2 you were looking for." "Oh, all right. That pointy-eared old man Elminster said you'd be coming. Introduce yourselves. I'm King Brunhammer. Brunhor, sorry. I keep saying Brunhammer. Brunhor, glad to have you here. I know who you are, Orgeris. Fine time when he fought back in the day."
Aye, my lord.
"Indeed. And who's this?" He looks at you strangely. He's just like, "And who do you be following?"
I am Yusuf, and I am a cleric of Lyra.
Of the Lyra? leans over and Canterbury, the girl Canterbury, whispers in his ear. He's like, oh, yes, her. Good. And she whispers to something and said, all right. We need more clerics here. Doesn't matter the patron. And she whispers, and again you can hear she's really giving it to him. All right, I heard what you said. All right. Jesus. Welcome to Quantum Grim. We're here to toughen you up. You fought. You've done great deeds, but now you're here to learn the true way of fighting. And I've got a special person here who's going to be training you. You point your elf friends out there with Mr. Druid Boy, and they'll learn all the things that they need to learn. But you two are going to get special training. I thought about it hard, and I ask a favor. And then he kind of just waits. In the background, you see this cloaked figure come out from behind the throne. Can't really make out his features. He takes off his hood and he removes it, and you see a drow in front of you. And he has long white hair. And he's wearing black studded leather armor. He has 2 scimitars at his sides. And he looks over and he's like, so these are the 2 that I will be training. Yeah, you pointy ear devil. These are the 2 that you need to get tough enough for the 10. And he kind of smirks. He's like, indeed. This is what I will do. 1,000 pardons. I am just the Order. And he bows before you. Alright, you 2, listen up, you daft bastards. He's your teacher. He's going to show you the way to the dwarf. You and Mr. Yusef will be learning some stuff from Canterbury about being a cleric as well. You, Rogaris, are going to be working also in the furnaces, and you're going to do what all dwarves have to do, and you're going to create an item for your own personal use.
I look forward to it.
All right.
Be an honor, my lord.
Don't call me my lord. Now, on board. Let's go drink. Canterbury leans over. Shut up, Darth Rumor. Drink when I damn well please. And so he's like, and he goes and he's going to show you guys around. And he's like, remember tomorrow the pain begins. And that's where we'll leave that scene. And it's a scene of you guys walking out with King Brunar with his arms around you and Dritz falling behind you and Canterbury just sitting there shaking her head. Stop that scene. Next, we go to Kata. Oregon, Valron, you are the last 2 there. As Kata is getting ready, Emerald's getting ready to take her.
Uh-huh.
And she's like, will I ever see you again? Emerald's like, you'll see him again, hon. It's a great honor to be taught by Lady Silver.
I go and give her a hug.
She's like, okay. I'm going to do real well, Uncle Oregon.
I know you will. And Blue will be there to keep you company. Don't worry.
Okay. And then she comes over to you, Valron. She gives you a hug. And she's like, don't die.
I say, I will always do what is needed to protect you, Kata.
She actually looks at you.
And Oregon face palms.
She puts her hands on her hip. Don't die. And you see her eyes actually turn a little dragon. Promise me you'll be here when I get back.
I say we will always be together. You will be able to know.
She starts turning around. She's like, just say yes, Uncle Valron. You're such an elf. She just walks away. I'm ready to go. It's just everyone's like, hands up in the air, like, okay, we can go.
I'm just smiling and I say, at least she's ready to go now.
And then
I kind of give Blue a little message to like lick her cheek to try and calm her down.
it's not working. She's looking at Valron.
Well, the little pseudo dragon just kind of.
She wants to box his ears
her
right now.
little dragon kisses.
Yeah, she's ready to box his ears off. And then she's got her bags and stuff, and she does this little wave to you guys, and then she's off, and that's the last you see of Kata.
Hopefully she behaves herself.
You don't know. You'll have to wait till she comes back.
Yep.
Just then, as she disappears, you hear the butler come to you guys and, Master Oregon and Valdron, you have a visitor. So,
Oh, thank you. And I'll
shall
go-
I announce him and you to him, or you? Any announcement need to be done?
Sure, that would be much appreciated.
Oh, goody! I thought you would just do it yourself. And then he leads you downstairs. He's
I'll
like,
follow.
You guys get down to the main area where you guys met.
Well, I'll tell Valron you can rest here.
You're feeling.
It's
you
up
can
to
walk.
Valron if he
yeah,
wants to
you,
come.
Valron, you're feeling
So
like
he
you
can
could walk.
Yeah, or I can just float and he can pull me.
There you go. So you're just kind of like a balloon, you know. Kind of.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I'll just call on my my genasi powers to, make it stepping easier.
Yeah, it does tax you more. You figure, but it's enough to get you down the stairs. You know,
That's what I
you're
was
kind of
going
catching
for,
your breath.
without falling on my face.
Yeah, you don't fall on your face, and you guys get downstairs, and you know who this person is. You see as soon as you walk in, bald hair, goatee, in very ornate wizard robes, and the butler's like, "May I present Master Valron in Oregon, Lord of the Cormir, leader of the Knights of Purple Dragons." Master of... He starts going through all this stuff, and you see Morkan going, "Oh, thank you. May I present Master Mordenkainen." Mordenkainen. Whatever.
I love this butler.
Is there anything else I can do for you? Yeah, I could get some buttermilk. I beg your pardon? Some buttermilk. I need it. It's my favorite thing here. Are you sure after a long journey you would want some wine? No, the buttermilk will be just fine. Oh, one of them. Goody. And then he just walks off. And
I
then
love the butler.
I think it's a personal joke on us that Jared and Jillian did or something by getting this guy. Like,
You
let's
don't
get
know.
this butler
I don't know what it is, but I love him.
Oh, they managed to find the butler from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah.
I love him. Okay.
Awesome.
Welcome, Mordenkainen. How are you?
I'm doing quite well, you young man. And Mr. Valron, you're looking a little better.
And I say, hello. Nice to see you.
Good to see you. Looks like you're going to need a couple of days to get yourself organized, put together, and then we're going to begin your training, young man. Are you ready for it?
The lady said that I was to accept what was happening and without question, and that is what I'm doing.
Well, that's what Mistra does. Is there somewhere we can sit? There's some things I have to discuss with you.
Yeah, and I take him to like my laboratory or alchemy lab, that kind of thing.
Oh, with what's her name?
Yeah, I have like the area set up where I did my scribing and
Yeah, you
stuff,
walk
and
in and she's sitting there working on something, and you walk in with Mordenkainen. Do you introduce her to him?
Yeah.
So she's sitting there working on something. You come and you say, introduce him.
I say, hello, milady. This is a guest of ours. This is Mordenkainen.
And she doesn't look up from her beaker. She's like, "Yeah, and I'm Elminster." And she keeps pouring.
Perhaps you
Looking a
would
little
like to actually look up and regard our guest.
She looks. And she looks. And then she looks. And then she drops the two beakers.
Yeah,
And she just
I
freezes there.
smile
She's
finally.
not moving.
Yeah, I finally smile.
I mean, she's frozen. She's not moving.
I say, he is here to help train me and
Help train you.
And we are going to have a discussion here. Is that okay with you?
Gonna discuss things.
Perhaps it will be able to help the elves as well.
Yeah,
since
they're
that is
they're
one of
great.
our
Help
goals.
them.
Is there something that you need?
Yeah. No. Yes. I don't know.
Okay. If- how about you go get something to eat downstairs then?
I like food. I'm gonna go now. And she just takes off.
Okay. I was trying to think of a good segue. Like, how do I get her out of here? Food. There we go.
There you go. He's like, "Huh, this is a nice place you got here, young man."
Yes, the Arkath and Amrun have graciously set this land and helped us build this small keep.
Well, you've earned it. All right, my boy. Some things I need to discuss with you about what's going to happen with you. Where's my buttermilk?
I believe our butler.
Just as you say that, he comes walking in. Oh, you couldn't have stayed where you were, so I didn't have to go across the courtyard to deliver this. Thank you so much. Here's your buttermilk, sir. Will you be needing anything else, Master Mordekainen or Valron?
I believe we have everything here that we may need, unless Mordenkainen wants anything else. You probably should go ahead and
Well,
get
I
a
would like
refill on
something to
buttermilk.
eat. Do we have, like, some cookies or bread? Oh, for the love of the gods. Yes, I'll be back. And then you see him just kind of skirt out. And he's like, he's a feisty one, that one.
Yes, I just met him a few days ago myself, and it is a very interesting fellow.
Strange.
And then I whatever is the nearest chair, obviously I go and collapse in it because I've been standing probably for the longest amount of time since I have been back. So I probably collapse at some point.
He sits down too. He looks a little tired. He's like, all right, my boy. There's some things you need to know that I have been informed about. I am not a chosen of Mystra, but you apparently have become one. Do you understand what that means?
I know that my star herself said that, so I do not doubt it, but I do not believe that I understand it yet. No.
Well, since I've been spending a lot of my life with that old decrepit bastard Eleminster, I can tell you what's going on. I like to think that I can give you a better example with Storm, because she is one of the chosen. Some things that you need to know. Your ability to take damage has increased. Your Constitution goes up plus 10. Write that down.
Okay.
But he's putting it in a way that is like, you
Yes.
know, in a certain way. You can pick a spell from 1 to 9. Any spell you want that you want to be immune from. You will no longer age. You can no longer get diseases. You cannot be disintegrated or poisoned. You no longer need to sleep. I like to sleep, but sleep is not something you will need until after you recover. You can sense magic all around you. It's hard right now, but as you get better, you're going to be seeing that you're going to have more senses. The thread of the weave and magic will be able to be seen by you at all times. And someone's banging me on the phone with a bunch of messages. I don't like it. Let me turn that crap off. Do you have phones in this world? They suck.
The closest we have would be these brooches that don't compare to phones, actually.
Well, let me tell you something about cell phones. They are a pain in the ass.
All right. I'll
You have
take
to
your
turn
word
the
for it.
Well, of course you would, because I'm very smart. The other thing, you're going to... I will train you on the art of magic combat. It is dangerous. But you being a chosen, I don't have to hold back. But the training is going to be vigorous. And I'm not going to hold back on you, young man.
Please do not.
Oh, don't worry, I'm not going to. I've got plenty of buttermilk. Your ass is mine. The other thing that I will not be training you on is Silverfire. It's a gift from Mistra. Elminster himself will be training you on that. It is exceptionally powerful, but it also can drive you mad. It is a power you should not use unless you absolutely have to. I must make it very clear. Many chosen have gone mad with these gifts. I cannot emphasize to you enough what being a chosen is. Some turn out like the sisters and Elminster and others, and some turn out like Manchun and others. We will test your mettle on top of your magical abilities. You will learn new spells. You will learn how to be a war wizard, which will help you in the upcoming battle.
Thank you, Mordenkainen.
Now, is there any other questions you have before we both get some rest? Because I'm frickin' tired.
Do we stand a decent chance of prevailing?
Of course. Listen,
Then I look forward to the journey
let me
ahead.
give you some advice, young man. I've been alive a long time, and I've fought my share of demons and vampire lords and gods and all kinds of manner of creatures. There's always a possibility of chance. The thing that you have to learn, that I'm here to teach you, is let's do less of the boom boom break the sticks thing, and more of the let's be smarter than our opponent's ways and use magic to its full effect. Mister will be very angry with me if you go into battle next time and you blow yourself up again. Do you get what I mean?
Yes, I know that would danger the weave now.
Let's not even talk about what she had to do to fix that. Where are those damn cookies? And then you see that brother comes in. Oh, don't worry, Master Mordenkainen, I brought them. Do you require anything else, sir? No, just those, thank you. Oh, so glad to have you here at our home. He just kind of walks away.
Thank you.
And then you and Morgan kind of sit, and he's like, "Would you like some buttermilk?"
Yes.
It'll make you feel better. And then he got a big mug of it. He pours you some, and then eat some of these cookies and stuff. You're gonna need the energy, my man.
I by all means.
All right. Oregon. Storm comes
Thank
back later that day, and she looks tired, and she kind of looks at you, and she's like, "Is there a place for me to get out of my stuff and kind of relax?"
Yes, we have a room prepared for you.
Do you want to show it to her, or just?
Yes, I will take her to her room.
All right, you take her to your room, and she's like, "Let's meet in the study in 15 minutes."
Very well. And I leave her be.
And then she thinks about it for a second. She's like, "Do you have a garden here?
Indeed we do.
I'd like to see the garden.
Sure.
It's a beautiful day." All right, so 15 minutes passes. You go into the garden with her, and she sits down with you, and she's in comfortable garb. She's got her lute with her. She's kind of playing.
Were we together this 15 minutes?
No,
or?
she's gonna undress and change and things
Okay.
of that nature. You went and did whatever you want to do in that
Yeah.
15 minutes. You guys go to the garden. The butler comes over. "Do you require anything more, Master Oregon?
Not at this time. Thank you very much.
Dinner will be served at 6.
Okay. And I look at
We're
Storm.
having lamb."
Oh, perfect.
Is
And I look
there
at Storm and I'm like, do you want anything right now?
some water? Oh. He kind of looks at her blushingly. "Oh, yes, Lady Storm." He walks faster than you've ever seen him walk. He's back with the water. I mean, Storm, when you look at her, Oregon, is like...
Oh, I know. I remember.
Yeah,
She's like gorgeous with like a really long hair. I remember.
Right, long silver white hair.
Yeah, like I asked for her hair.
Mm-hmm.
I remember.
She sits down. She's got her hair pulled back, though, just to, because it's hot. It's the middle of summer, right? Actually, no, it's fall now. You guys, I get my seasons mixed up, but it's a warm day here in Cormier. The seasons are a little different than it was up north for you guys. But it's a gorgeous day. You're in the garden. and you guys are sitting outside, and she's just kind of playing her lute. She drinks some of her water, and she's kind of humming a song, and she stops, and she's like, well, I went back to the castle. I don't know where the portal's going. I checked the rest of the castle, but you guys kind of blew it up, so I wasn't able to find much. The information I did find, I gave to my harpers to see what they can find out.
Okay.
So there's that. She looks at you and she's like, who are you, Oregon?
Me? I'm a survivor.
Do tell. Share me your story. She starts plucking.
Do you want me to go through my entire story?
Just give her whatever you want to tell her.
Okay. Well, I've been surviving since I was young. I survived an abusive father that tried to kill me. I have since been trying to survive on my own. I met Morngrim, and we have tried to survive together. My life has been dedicated to just living until the next day and getting some coin in order to help me survive too.
I understand that. She stops playing for a second. She's like, I've lived a long life. She kind of chuckles and looks at you, longer than most. You and me are a lot alike. We're both bards. We both have magic innate to us as sorcerers. I'm here to make you the leader of this group.
May I be frank with you?
Of course.
I seem to have fallen into that position, but I would be
understand.
lying if I didn't say that I was lost.
Listen, I understand that better than anyone. When I was younger, I traveled the world. I was very rebellious in a sense. Things happen to where you're just put in a position so where whether you like it or not, you are made a leader. It's not something some people choose to be. Some people are forced to be. Some people it just happens. But I can tell that it's kind of your role. And I'm here to help with that.
Well,
That
it
being
isn't just
said,
that.
there's other things. Yeah, she goes, I know. You need some help with your sorcery skills. You also.
I need help. I need help helping my friend survive.
That's what I'm
When
here.
it was just me and Morngrim, it was easy. He knows how to stealth. He knows how to run away. He was the perfect compatriot. We were able to do all kinds of things together. But my instinct is still to run, but I know better, and I don't know what to do. I don't have skills to help the rest of my friends survive.
Well, we're going to change that. That's what I'm here for. And she kind of. Do you have an instrument?
Yeah, I have my loot.
Okay. Pull out your lute.
Sure.
All right.
My magical loot, or is she asking me? She
No,
asked
just
me
so you have an instrument to play.
Yeah, and I'll take out my regular loot, and I say I have a better one too if you want to hear that.
No, just play along with me, and you guys start playing music together for about 10 minutes. Just she plays, and then you follow, and then you kind of take the lead, and then she follows, and
Okay.
you guys kind of enjoy the moment, right?
Mhm.
Just quiet, no singing, just playing, and she gives you a nod of approval, and then she puts her instrument down. And before she can say anything, oh, will you be needing anything else, Lady Silvermoon? Or it's not some Lady Storm. Some more water, please. Right. He's off, and then he comes back. Anything else? No, we're quite good. Master Oregon, do you need anything?
No, thank you.
Damn it. All right, I'm off. She looks. She's like, what I'm here to teach you is how to be a leader, and to give you the skills to not only make your friends better, but you better in battle. We're going to develop your sorcery skills, and we're going to develop your bard skills. I'm curious, what school of bard art did you choose?
I am one with the whispers.
Makes sense. Do you want to stay with that?
I believe it has suited me well.
If I could show you another form of bard that would help your friends in battle and help them survive like you asked, my school, do you wish to learn?
I'm willing to keep an open mind.
Good enough. And then she kind of looks over at Fern. And she tilts her head. And then she just stands up abruptly and walks over to Fern, and she kind of leans over. She doesn't say anything, but you see her start laughing. And then she turns around and looks at you. So the first thing that I want you to do every day is I want you to play your magical lute to Fern here. And do this for a week.
That's not a problem. I do that with Fern all the time.
And then all of a sudden you hear in your mind, "No, you don't! You're never here, you suck!"
Well, yeah, when I go...
And you see her laughing and stuff. Tomorrow, in the mornings, you will play your lute for Fern. And then we will work on your sorcery first. You have no objections.
No objections. And then I look towards Fern. I'm like, what kind of music do you like so I can prepare...
I like rock, dude!
Okay.
None of that soft crap.
Okay. And I'll try to prepare something for Fern.
That's right. I'm badass. Alright, scene. Back to Morgan. Morgan, you've been showed around. Your day and life as you've known it are over. You wake up early in the morning and have training that you have to do. Your first training is running a mile up steps to fetch water that you bring down every morning. After that, you have an hour where you are in this giant cavern where you and 30 other students practice martial hand-to-hand, learning katas, movements. You then have, after that, there's the morning meal, which you have to serve, being one of the newer members. You don't have to cook it, but you just have to serve it, right? Then after that, you go in for meditation, which you're required to do every day for an hour. So you meditate for an hour. Then after that, it's individual sparring. Then after that, you go into your discipline. The first part's every day. 7 days a week, every day. Your first task is when you go to the shadow, you see, when you walk in, there is a elven man with long black hair that's pulled up here but still keeps long. And he doesn't give you his name, you just refer to him as master. And the first day you're there, he gives you a task that you have to do every day for as long as you can. We're going to see how well you do. In a room in complete darkness.
Ooh, this should be interesting.
He sets a candle that he lights.
Okay.
And it causes the room to have shadows in it. Your first task is to learn to and the other thing, you're blindfolded. So you see the light, you can't see it because then you're blindfolded. And your task is to to move the candle from where it's at, from one table that's on one side to the other, without being able to see. And you think, okay, so make a dexterity check for me. Not save, not anything else, just do dexterity. Alright, it's a little tough. You're able to sort of, you think, get there. You're disoriented. And the other thing is you can't drop the candle, let any wax touch the floor. Right? You're not quite able to find it. So you spent like 30 minutes trying to get to this table. It's a huge room. You can't see, you can't do anything, and you're trying to find your way around here. Make another dexterity check.
Yeah,
There
yeah,
you
that's
go.
a natural 20.
Wow. So you're able to get to the table, you're able to feel around, and you're able to find the candle. Now, you have to go across the chamber and put it on the other table. So roll another dex.
15?
Yes, this gets a little harder because the room starts moving when you do this.
Oh, no.
So you get knocked down a few times and you feel the candle wax hit your hand and hit the floor, and you know you've already failed. And then just then the guy walks in and he's like, not bad for the first time. We'll try again tomorrow. And then your final day is you serve dinner and then more training. And then this is your life for the next 6 months. You do this every single day for the next 6 months. You don't see McCarvin. You don't do anything. We'll say at the 6 month mark, you've gotten used to the room and everything. You've kind of figured out the layering and things like that. There's always seems to be something that trips you up when you try to finish it. But you think you've got it for today. You've done this enough that you think you can get the candle over to the other side. So, you start off again in the room like you always do. Roll a dexterity check, but this time you have advantage.
Okay.
Okay? You easily, very acrobatically, get over to the candle and scoop it up. Alright, roll again.
Still with advantage?
Yep, with advantage.
19.
Okay. You
Thank
feel the floor moving, and you're so used to this now. You get kind of leaned over, you put your hand down, you still hold the candle. You've cupped the candle in your hand that you feel even if the wax drops, it's going to burn your hand, but you don't mind. You're used to the pain. It doesn't bother you anymore. And you're still able to move, and with the floor, no matter what it does, you're able to move. Make your final check.
Okay, here we go. 22.
22. You're able to finally place the candle on the other table. Your senses have become so much that you're hearing your skin, everything you feel in the darkness. The darkness doesn't bother you anymore. You're able to do what you need to do in the darkness. And that guy comes in, he's like, very well done. Very well done indeed.
Thank you, Master.
Don't thank me yet. We have much more to learn. Scene. All right. Yusef and Rogaris. How much drinking on that first night do you want to do with King Brunner?
Oh, I go wild.
Yeah, I want to hold my own with him.
All right, roll Constitution saves with disadvantage because you're drinking straight dwarven spirits.
Okay, so
16.
7.
All right. So, for the festivities, Rogaris being more of your salty, drinking up the party kind of a guy, is able, that fighter metabolism, he's able to hang, but he eventually passes out. You said you passed out almost after 3. Like, you're used to strong, you've never tasted anything like this. You're like, my God, this came from the heavens, and I'm going to die. Unfortunately, you still feel this way in the morning when you're woken up by Ivan, who wakes you up and takes you immediately to the training area. Rogeris, you have a slight hangover. Yuseth, you are hungover like you have never believed. Right now, you have disadvantage on all checks and saves.
Okay.
Unless you want to do something about that.
I wonder, would like a healing word on myself work or something like that?
Okay, there you go. So you use your powers to kind of heal yourself, and you're like, okay, I'm not going to vomit when I get to the training area. So you got that going for you. Rogeris, you're still just in there with a hangover of the headache, but you had a good time reliving battles and the dwarves and eating red meat and doing all that stuff, but you still feel a little bleh, right? You guys get shown to the training area, and Driss is there, and he's kind of kneeling, kind of meditating. And Ivan's like, good luck! You're going to need it. That bastard's beaten my ass more times than I can... Ugh. Just good luck. And he leaves. And Driss is faced away from you, and all you hear is, are you two ready to begin?
Yes.
I'm gonna be.
And it's like, all right. The training will begin. I will say go. And then we will go. Let's see what you got. Is that fine with you?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Roll initiative.
21.
20.
Just dropped my dice.
Ooh, nice roll.
Well, I haven't rolled for
I both
Dritz
got a
yet.
19 on that.
There we go. Now I can see the damn thing. What is his... Oh. Well, give me a second here. All right. Okay. All right. Yusef, you guys immediately react, right? You and Dritz tie, but since he's more dexterous, he's faster than you. He goes first. He immediately goes for you. I mean, it's. He knows you're the cleric, and he is very well versed in what is going on to do. He will rage as an action. He's really going after you guys. So he is going to come at you with both scimitars open. Let's see. What's your AC?
20.
20? Okay. Uh-oh. He rolled a natural 20. His first attack, I'm sorry. Ouch. Okay, so that's on Icy Death, that's, let's see. You take 22 slashing damage and 6 cold damage. He's going to, off his offhand, hit you with his other scimitar. And rolls a 1. I rolled a natural 20 and a 1. I'm not making that up. My God. So Twinkle's going to come in and try to hit you for a second attack. Or he's going to attack you again. He hits you. So you take 11 and 3.
Okay.
Twinkle will hit you. And you take 11 more points of damage. He's going to attack again. Now he's going to miss. Offhand. It's kind of fell off. He hits. You take 11 and 3. Twinkle, he misses. And then his last one, natural 20. You take another 22 and 6. Twinkle, he misses. Let me see. All right, that's his turn. You're up.
Jeez Louise.
Who's
All right,
Twinkle?
so,
That's his other sword, Icy Death and Twinkle.
Oh, okay.
so I'm gonna start with a heal on myself, considering he did almost 100 damage to me.
Yeah, I thought you might.
Yeah, so he'll heal me for just straight 70 plus 2.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, let me teach you something." Whack.
Alright, and then as a bonus action, I'm gonna cast Shield of Faith on myself and give myself a +2 to AC.
Very nice. All right. Anything else you'd like to do?
No, that's about all I can do right now.
All right. And then it is now your turn, Rogaris. He's right
How
next to you.
far from me is he?
He's right next to you guys, in between you. I mean, he was like instantly there.
So he's point blank on me.
He's point blank.
Wailing on him with the Dwarven Thrower.
Go
First
for it.
attack, 28.
That'll hit.
That's 17 damage.
Okay.
Second attack, 29.
That'll hit.
17 damage. Third attack, the 29
Okay.
for 12 damage.
Okay.
And I'm going to burn my action surge.
Okay.
So first attack off of that. Natural 20.
Okay.
So that's 13 damage. Oh, that's disappointing.
That is kind of
Second
disappointing.
attack is a 19.
Misses.
Okay. Third attack is a 20.
Misses.
Okay.
All right, so you did some pretty solid damage there. You notice that when you're hitting him, that your damage is connecting, but it's because you've seen this before. When someone rages, it mitigates
Yeah,
the
it's
damage in half.
half because he's raging.
Right. You get a sense from what you just did that he kind of knows how you guys fight. Back to the top, to Dritz. Let's see what Dritz is going to do. I wonder what I can do with you. He's just going to keep at it. Actually, a bonus action, you see him grab from his side, Rogaris. He throws out this figurine, and this giant black panther suddenly appears next to you.
Oh, awesome.
Oh boy.
What's your AC?
22.
Okay. Ooh, hits. This panther just comes out from mist and black mist, and just whoa. Gwynethar pops up, and it just attacks you twice with its claws. I don't know if I can. I just lost her stats. Damn it. And the page died. Fantastic. Let's look it up again.
Damn it, Finn.
I'm sorry. My bad luck has no bounds.
Alright, there's more than one way to stick. Give me a sec, I'll tell you. Luckily, I have the actual books here, so let me find it real quick. I have backups to the backups. I need to know.
I don't know. I just have to say I'm jealous you guys are getting to square off against Driss.
As soon as I heard a Dro, I was pretty sure what it was.
Okay. Two claws. Okay. And you take 11 points of damage. Then I'll claw you again. It's going to hit again. You take 15 points of damage. And then it is going to go stealth and run away and hide. Okay. Dritz is going to keep at you, Seth. 4 attacks. Here they come. Miss on the first one. Hit on the second one. You take...
Don't forget my AC is 22.
I know, yeah. I'm taking that in. That's why he missed on the first one. I was like,
Right.
I missed. I was like, God damn it. Because Icy does the one I wanted him to hit you with. Damn it. But Twinkle gets you for 11. Second round, Ice Death hits you. You take 14 total. And take 11 from Twinkle. Third round, miss. Miss. It's got a plus 15 to hit. I'm missing you. Last one, miss. Oh, hit. You take 11 more damage.
All right.
And that is their turn. You're up.
All right, so I'm going to cast Spirit Guardians.
Okay.
And then for my bonus action, I'm going to cast Spiritual Weapon.
Is Spiritual Weapon a first level spell? Or can
It
you
is
get...
a second level spell.
Alright, so your action is to cast Spiritual Weapon. Your bonus action is to do what?
No, Spiritual Weapon is a bonus action. Spirit Guardian is an action.
Spirit Weapon is a bonus action for you?
So its casting time is 1 bonus action. And
Okay.
then
Yeah, you're a cleric. Never mind. Go. Yep. So, yes, you cast Spirit Guardians. What do you want them to be?
They appear as little fae flitting around.
Alright. Go ahead and roll damage. What's the save dex?
So you're talking about for Spirit Guardians?
Yep.
That won't kick in until their turn.
But what's
So
the save?
It'll be a Wisdom saving throw.
Okay. And he's raging. Okay. Alright, so on his turn. Alright, and then the Spirit Weapon, if you want to attack, go ahead.
Yep. So it's melee spell attack. That's what it is. The 22 to hit.
That'll hit. Just barely.
16 damage.
Alright, takes an 8.
And that's it for my turn.
Okay. Rogaris, you're up.
I'm going to keep wailing on him.
Go for it.
First attack, 25
Hit.
for 17 damage.
Okay.
Second attack, 25
Hit.
for 14 damage.
Okay.
Third attack is a 19,
Miss.
so that misses. And for bonus action, I'm going to use my second wind
Okay.
to roll a d10 plus my fighter level for hit point regain.
Okay.
So I get 20 back.
Okay. Alright, top of the round, his turn. He is going to flip. Alright, so he's going to make a dex save, which is his best save, and he usually does it. He flips out of your Spirit Guardians because he's like, hell no. He's still going to take damage, so roll damage on that for me, please. You just go, yeah. Okay. So half of that is. Okay. He doesn't have any part of that. And he wants to get away from your spiritual weapon.
So he's moving away?
No, he's flipping over. He's right next to you guys. He's actually flipping over you, Rogaris. Like you see him duck and just flip with his blades on the sides out, and he flips over you.
So do I get an attack of opportunity?
No, he's
on
not
him?
leaving your space. He's staying engaged with you. He's just flipping over your head.
Okay.
The spirit weapon will, so you can make an attack of opportunity, Andrew, with your spirit weapon. That will miss.
12 damage. Oh, that's sorry. I rolled the wrong thing.
Okay, roll d20. Roll to hit.
28 to hit.
Very nice. Roll damage.
15.
Nice.
Nice. Getting there. All right. He's going after you, Rogaris. What's your AC?
22.
He hits. You take 14. He hits again. You take 11. Second round. What was it? What was your AC again?
22.
Miss. He does hit with that. You take 11. Hit again. You take 14. A 6. He misses. Last one's natural 20. You take 22, 6, so 28.
Oof.
And then he misses. Then,
That hurt a lot.
here comes the Panther.
Oh, God.
Missed on its first claw attack. Missed on its second claw attack. Alright. And then it slinks off back into the shadows. Alright. Yusuf, you're up.
Alright, I'm going to cast Blindness, Deafness on Drist.
Okay, what's the DC?
And he has to make a it's a con saving throw, 17.
Yeah, he gets bonus on this. He gets, no, he gets strength. Okay, it's not strength. Let me see what his con is. Pretty good. Plus, what is the DC?
17.
He just barely made it. Jesus. Thank God for a con save of 9. Rolled a 17 exactly. I'm like, Jesus
God.
Christ.
Alright.
That had hit, that would have
bonus
sucked ass.
For the bonus action, I'm going to move the hammer to him and attack him with it again.
Go for it.
The 27 to hit,
That will hit. Roll damage.
12.
Okay, that's 6. So let me just do something here real quick. 13, 16. Okay. Rogaris, you're up.
Can I use a potion as a bonus action?
You sure can.
I'm gonna have to use one of them. So what are potions? 2d4.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna do a whole lot. But...
I think it's 2d4 plus 4.
Oh, okay, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's 11 back.
Okay.
That's something. All right, and I guess 3 attacks right on him.
Go for it.
So he's still based with me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it's 24,
That hits.
13 damage,
Okay.
25
Hit.
for 10, and a 24
Mm-hmm.
for another 16.
Okay. All right. His turn. He's coming after you, Rogaris, again.
So, have Rogaris and I been standing, like, right next to each other this whole time?
Yeah, so think like you, space, Rogaris, Dritz. When he first started, he went right in the middle of you two. So,
Okay.
so
Because
it was
my
you.
Spirit Guardians have a 15 15-foot radius from me, so I'm assuming that Rygaris is within that range, so if somebody tries to attack him, they're going to be in that space as well, right?
That could be the case, yeah. If that's the case, then... oh, he's like, oh, that's how you want to play it, huh? All right. So, he is going to break off from you. He's not disengaging, so you get a free shot at him, Rogaris.
That's 22
That a hit.
for, come on, computer. 15 damage.
Okay. You see him fly back, and then you see him whip out a bow, and he starts launching arrows at you. That's 34. That's going to hit. That is
Cool.
2d8 each hit. That's 1d8. Take 6. You take 9 damage total. He's going to fire again. He's going to hit for 11. He's going to hit for 13.
Oof.
Last one he hits for 16.
Oh boy. Yeah, I'm way low in the single digits now.
Yeah. And then here comes the Panther.
Oh god.
Hit. You take...
So the Panther moving into attack should spark the Spirit Guardians as well, right?
right. So it'll take damage.
Okay.
Yeah. It'll have to make a... Was it a con or dex save? I can't remember.
It's a wisdom saving
Wisdom
throw.
save. So let's go ahead and do that just to see, because you can roll damage. It saved. It rolled a natural 17. But it still takes damage. So it'll take half damage. So what did you roll?
15.
So it takes 7. Okay. It hurts it. So it hit you for 9 points of damage, Rogaris.
And I'm out cold.
And then it looks at you. And it's weird when you go down, Rogaris. You don't pass out. You just feel like you're just exhausted and you can't move anymore. When you see this happen, you see kind of runes light up, and it's like something's preventing Rogaris from completely going down, right?
Okay.
But the Panther's going to come at you. What's your AC?
22.
It misses. So, Rogaris, you can't do anything because you're stunned at the moment. You're at 1 health point, but you can't move. It's like you just got killed. So then it's back to the top of the round. Actually, you get a chance, Yusuf. Yusuf before Rogaris. So Yusuf, you're up first.
All right. So question: would I be able to use a heal on Rogaris to bring him back up, or like a spare the dying? Do I have to use that to bring him back up?
You roll a Arcana check for me. And I'll give you advantage because you do understand Dwarven runes a little bit.
12.
You get a sense that, yeah, you could heal him. He's not going to... It just prevents people from dying, but you could heal him.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and drop the Spirit Guardians,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to use Wall of Fire
Mm-hmm.
to surround myself and Rogaris.
Okay.
I think that's... And then how far away is Drist?
He's about 40 feet away.
Okay, that's all I'm going to do for this turn.
Okay. All right. Wall of Fire. Does it prevent sight?
Um,
Let me look at that.
create a wall
may
of
not be able to hit
fire.
you.
You can wall
Wall of
20 feet
fire.
high, 1 foot wall. Yeah, it is opaque.
Opaque and lasts for the duration. So he's at disadvantage to fire at you. Still gonna try. That's a miss on the first attack. Second one, 16 or a 12. What's your AC?
22.
Alright. You take 8 points of damage as an arrow comes flying in. Disadvantage on the next one, 16 or a 7. He misses. And the last attack misses. And then as a bonus action, he is going to heal himself. Alright, Rogaris, you're still stunned, so you can't do anything. But Yusuf, it's your turn now.
Alright, I'm going to use Mass Cure Wound.
Okay?
It heals both of us for 30.
There you go. You both heal for 30.
Cool.
And that'll be the end of my turn.
Rogaris, you are healed back up to 30 points. But you're now surrounded by a big wall of fire.
Since I have 3 attacks, can I take 3 potions?
No.
Okay. Worth a shot. Alright, so it's disadvantage attacking out of it?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I'm going to attack him.
Go for it.
So, Dwarven Thrower, and since I'm throwing it,
You miss.
28.
That hits.
That's 11.
Okay.
And hold on, since I'm throwing it, deals an extra 1d8. Yeah, when he hit with a range attack, it's an extra 1d8.
Okay, roll it.
So it's 18 total.
Okay.
And third attack is a 20.
Miss.
Okay.
Alright. On his turn, you feel a big giant globe of darkness surround you guys. And cannot see. And he is going to... That means you guys have disadvantage on everything. Don't know where he's at. Don't know what's going on. Yeah. And that's his turn.
Alright, I am going to use Mass Cure Wounds last time I can.
Okay.
And that's 26 more we heal up.
Okay.
And then that'll be it for this turn.
Okay. Garrus, you're up.
Can I see him to make an attack?
Nope.
All right, I'll take another potion then.
Okay.
So it's 2d4 plus 4.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's another 8. Okay. All right, that's my turn.
Okay. Just we'll heal some more. Your turn.
All right. I go ahead and drop the wall of fire
Okay.
and redo spirit guardians again.
Okay. Spirit guardians are up. You still can't see.
Yep. Uh, and that's all I'm gonna do for this turn.
Okay. Rogaris?
Do I still have a bead on where he had been last time I could see him?
You think where he was last time, you know where he was, but you don't know anything else.
Can I run forward 10 feet?
You can.
Do I see him now?
Make a perception check.
23?
You do not see him.
Jesus. Alright, I'll go back to being back-to-back with Yusuf then.
You go back into the darkness?
Yeah.
Well, he's been holding his action as you turn your back. Sneak attack. Surprise, mother...
This is gonna be bad.
It is bad because he has advantage. That hits. You take... I'm rolling the wrong dice. Take 3. You take 13 on the first arrow. Hit. You take 14 on the second arrow. You take 16 on the third arrow. I don't know why it keeps going up. It just says natural 20 on that one, so... You take 20 on the last one.
Oh!
And then Guinevere's going to get you. And misses you on the first claw attack. It's like natural 20. Then oh, God. Take 14 more points of damage.
Yeah, I'm out cold.
You're down again. All you hear, he said, is Rogaris go outside and then... That's all you hear.
Because you're pinging me for 70 at a time.
You don't know what happened. You just know that's all you hear.
Ouch.
You said that's your turn.
Alright, well, my options are pretty limited here, so I'm just gonna go ahead and try to use Guiding Bolt.
Disadvantage. You can't see, so you don't know where the guiding bolt's going. Unless, let me look at that. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Magic's weird on this. Let me see what we can do here, because it is a spell that just seeks, I believe, right?
That's how we had done it in the past.
Yeah, when we had the ooze and Yusuf couldn't see it, but he knew the ooze, he fired it from around the corner and still hit it.
Yeah. Because Sacred Flame specifically says I need to be able to see them.
Yeah, let's look at it and then we'll make a ruling on it. I'll give you something here.
I'll be back in 2 seconds.
So you can make a ranged spell attack, you just have disadvantage on it. You can't attack.
Okay, that's fine.
Because, it streaks towards a creature of choice within range, but it is a ranged attack, but you have disadvantage because you're in the darkness, so you'll have disadvantage. Yeah.
Alright, so my lowest was... Oh, whoop, I rolled that wrong.
Yeah,
Let's try it this way.
Yeah.
28 was the first... Yeah, that misses.
Yeah, it does miss. So you don't know what happens, you just zooms out and then nothing happens. And then on his turn, you see the darkness go away, you see Guinevere just sitting there, and then you see Driss in front of you just smiling. He's like, that was very good. Very good indeed. Very patient, very well thought out. And then he looks at you, Rogaris, and he's like, There's some work to do with you, my friend. Is he back yet, or did he still go?
No, he just stepped away.
All right. He's like, and then he's like, it was very smart. He starts going over the battle with you, like the things that he saw that you did really well, and the counteractions and stuff that you guys kind of have like an action after review of the battle, right? And this goes on for the next months.
Daily beatings.
No, you guys actually get really good. He always gets you to the point to where you get to a certain point and then he stops. He's always teaching you something, right? And you guys get really, really skillful, like exceptionally skillful. And a couple things that he's teaching you is how to fight against drow, how to fight, when you can't see opponents. He teaches you a lot of things that he's learned over the years about fighting close quarters, different skills and stuff like that. So he really gets you guys honed in on working together as a team, and to work in unison, to where you guys become like this machine that works together and become this fighting force where, like he's launching arrows and you're blocking them with your shield, Regaris, and working together, you guys become you become really potent fighters. All right. Finally, we will end with Valron and Oregon. Oregon, you spend the next week playing your lute every morning to Fern. He likes it because you're going heavy metal with him.
I'm also using Speak with Plants every morning too.
Oh, sure.
So I can
Yeah. You talk to Fern every morning. On the 8th day, something happens when you go to play your lute. When you go to speak to Fern, you see she's not been there for the other 7 days, but she's just sitting there with her arms crossed, and she's like, "Oh, I just came to see what happens and listen." And that's all she says to you. You start playing your music, make a performance check.
Okay.
Good enough.
23.
While you're playing your song, you start seeing Fern transforming. The branches start molding together, and you see the shape start to change into arms and legs and a body and torso and a head. And the next thing you know, make another performance check.
14.
It stimmies a little bit. It's like it slows down for a second, and then Storm looks at you encouragingly and says, "Keep going."
Another performance.
Mm-hmm.
24.
24, good enough. You start seeing the final shape take place, and before you stands a humanoid version of Fern. It's like, well, that took damn long enough.
Hi, Fern.
What's up? It's your bestest buddy in the whole frickin' world, Fern.
Yes, you are.
And she's like, I was hoping you would pick up on it before, but I figured I'd let it be a surprise for you.
I kind of look at her confused. Pick up on what?
Oh, he was never a tree.
I kind of look at him. What?
It was something else. Make a nature check.
$18.
Good enough. You know that he is actually a Spriggan. And now he is your companion, Finn.
Nice.
And you now have a Fern with stats with you that you can look at now.
Yay!
You should have access to it now.
I see it.
Yep. And that's what Fern can do for you.
Awesome. And I go give Fern a hug.
Don't touch me, bro.
Aw, come on.
I don't do that huggy crap.
I do. Wait
Okay,
until Kata sees you. And I give him another hug.
probably burn me down.
Oh no, she's friendly.
This is all weird. I'm gonna go back and just be a tree, and then you see him start putting his feet back into the ground. You see the roots start taking place, and he kind of transforms a little bit to. You see a little bit of fern, but it's a tree. So you kind of can see it, but people that go by will just see it like it looks like a tree. You know.
Okay.
There you go. She's just smiling at you.
Yay!
You never really thought to inquire about what that was?
Well, I thought it was normal because I was saying I know I can talk to other plants too.
She just shakes her head and she's like, so much to teach you. And so for the next 4 months, Finn, she teaches you sorcery. And then she starts telling you about her school of Bard commander leadership, where it allows you to guide people and make them stronger and do more things as an option that you can change to if you want. She tells you tales of battle and things that she's used it for, and you know she's seen a lot of battles and stuff. The other thing is sorcery is like she's like, so we need to decide on what kind of sorcerer you're going to be. And she's like, I got to figure out what kind of magic user you are. Where does your source of your sorcery come from?
Oh, I know that.
You do?
And yeah. I figured it out actually when I was with Kata. For some reason, I'm drawn to lightning. And I kind of show her like the few lightning things that I know.
She looks and she's like, interesting. And you see her kind of grab your hands and look at you and a storm sorcerer.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed. And then she puts her hand on your head and kind of like she's studying you, and then she's like, you see magic emanating from her fingers. You are indeed. So, let us train on that. And then she starts teaching you into your storm sorcery. And you can tell by her training, Oregon, that her level of uses of magic are ridiculous. Like when you ask her anything, she just knows Johnny on the spot, whatever you're asking her.
I figured.
You know, so anytime, I mean, and I'm sure you're asking her a million questions, and she just, and she never gets upset with you. She never gets angry with you. She just teaches you. You guys have, training sessions with magic. She's showing you how to focus on your lightning and tap into it and your other elements and stuff. And then in the afternoon, she's teaching you about military command. She's showing you how to move pieces on a board. You guys play games like chess and strategy games in the afternoon with tea. Of course, the butler's always there, always there, trying to get her whatever she wants. He kind of ignores you as much as possible. And he does what you say. Yeah, I mean, she says, "I'd like some water." He's like, "Oh, right away, madam. Anything for you, Master Oregon?"
No, I'm okay.
Good. I didn't want to get anything. And he walks off. And this goes on for 6 months that you're trained. All right, Valron. A couple days after you recover, Morgan Kane comes and gets you early in the morning, like right before sunrise. Early, you hear a.
All right. I wake up and go answer the door.
And you see Morgan Kane there, like, "All right, my boy, grab your stuff. It's time to begin."
Okay, I do that.
Right.
I don't know what stuff I've been able to get. I know I had my original spell book that was here that I had copied with my stuff before we left, so I at least have some base spells. So
yes, you have all your spells access. We know that. But when you get outside and he's sitting there waiting for you out in he's actually using the training grounds, and he has you go to the other side. He's like, "All right, my boy, first lesson. Try to cast your best stuff at me. Pick a spell, go for him.
Like just
whatever you like."
So it's one that I usually do. So I'll first cast my mage armor.
You gonna cast mage armor?
But he's asking to start high? Is that
He's saying attack him. He's saying
Oh.
attack him.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, then I'll bring up a 6th level dispel on him, and I'll try and do dispel any magic and wards that might be on him. So it'd be a 6th level dispel magic.
Okay. He immediately counterspells you.
Okay.
I said attack me, young man. I didn't say fart around.
Well, I was trying to get through defenses.
Quit talking and try to cast.
Eldritch Blast. 3 of them.
Counters.
All right. Then I will. I just keep going back through the same things. I have
Every time you try to cast a spell, he counterspells you.
Okay. I'll try and use one of my magic initiate powers, like Hex or something like that. Something that isn't an actual spell.
You're able to hex him. He sits there and yawns. My God, will you get at it?
And so I guess I try and tap more into that part of my magic, the part that connects to like my Genasi and into my elf and into my I guess my spark of the weave kind of.
You see him just put up his hand and like, come here, young man.
Mm-hmm.
All right. First roll of magic. What did we learn today?
Start high, always,
No. He kind of thumps you on the head with his cane. What did we learn today?
Be observant.
No! Slaps you on the head again.
I'm not getting it. This mustard is not in front of my face. I'm sorry. I don't understand. I'm saying like
What did I do to everything you tried to do?
He counterspelled everything.
Right! Counterspell is your friend!
Yes, that's why I started with a dispel magic.
No, you didn't! It snaps you on the head.
That's what I started with, was a counterspell.
Are you arguing with me? Slaps you on the head again.
I don't know. I'll do the same thing. I'm smacking him with my staff.
No, you're gonna snap Mordecai with your staff?
Well, I'm just not in a like that kind of mean way. I'm just doing it kind of like he's doing.
Are
I'm
you
trying
really?
To, like, defend
no,
myself.
he's giving you like the teacher to the student kind of bump on the head. It's
Okay.
It's not damaging you.
Okay. Yeah. No. I okay. Then never mind. Yeah.
I didn't say roll damage to you. It's just like
Yeah.
no.
I was just trying to do. I'm trying to be more like him and like he's saying. I guess.
Listen, he's like, sit down, my boy.
I just died. I don't know what's going on yet.
I know you just died. Boo-hoo, I've done it many
I still
times.
have 2 points of
Oh, if
exhaustion.
I gave you a story every time I died, we'd be here for a year. Listen. I'm trying to show you something. First lesson, counterspell is your friend. Say it with me, counterspell is your friend.
Counterspell is your friend.
It's not just who's the fastest. It's who knows what to do when magic is being used. Do you get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
When you
Like
cast
a chess match.
very much so. In chess, think about this. If we're both the same level and have all the same spells, who is going to be the winner? Who comes out on top?
Whoever uses their abilities to their
Right.
best.
The most clever, the most creative one. But you should always be prepared to counterspell. I've worn people out just by counterspelling them to death. Oh, you're out of spells? Well, I have some in my staff. I win. Second rule you need to learn. Have items that have spells ready for you. Your magic is finite that you can cast, but if you have items, those are your aces in the hole, and should only be used when you need them. Are you with me so far?
Oh yes.
Third thing, save your big stuff for last.
That's usually what I do.
Or most opportune times.
Thank you.
And this is what you go through for the next 6 months. He grills you relentlessly. You guys are out in the fields casting spells against one another. His mind is just ridiculous. You get really, really good, Velron, with your spell casting and stuff, and your reserves of magic and things you're coming into your own, right? You feel the sense to the weave, and you're able to do spells stronger and all this other crazy stuff. But as much as you have, you just can't beat the experience of Mordenkainen. He actually has a match where you actually start casting stuff. He's like, nope. He goes to his mansion and just disappears. Then sits there the whole 24 hours and waits till you come back out the next day, and then comes out and attacks you. That's the kind of stuff he does. So he teaches you how to be creative in your use of the weave and magic, and helps you expand your creativity with it. It's not so much just straight burn, burn, burn. It's about when to use spells, how not to use spells. And then what he's going to get to you next is how to fight people that don't have spells but have other abilities. Right? So he's got this whole training that he's going to be putting you through. Every day, going through everything, everybody here. Whether it's Oregon, whether it's Valron, whether it's Morgren, whether it's Celestia, who we haven't got to, whether it's Yuseth, whether it's McCarvin, who we haven't discussed yet. You all go to bed every night, exhausted and tired, but trained. And this will go on for a while. And that's where we're going to end the show today. So, I have some stuff to do with these guys, but that was the show for today. So we will discuss your guys' stuff coming up here when we get done. But if you like what you see here, please do me a favor. Leave comments in the section. Give us a thumbs up on the video. If you could, please subscribe if you haven't already. It was fun doing this. We enjoyed doing these D&D streams. So if you do, please subscribe. We would really appreciate it. We have our Patreon, and then we have our ACS campaign going on. So on behalf of myself, the crew, thank you for joining us on this D&D campaign. Stay safe. We'll see you next time.